Bruno butt. He's about that.
Hey Bruno, how's it going? Hi everyone! It's the Monday live stream. We should be live. How's it going? How are you?
Hi people. I'm here.
You're here? Yeah, right. I'm here. So started the stream a tiny bit late. Yeah, I got caught up with this whole Thor trailer thing. Yeah, kind of engrossed in that. Just a little bit. But hi.
Welcome.
So welcome to the Monday Odin Makes live stream, and I'm here today with
Felicia,
who's trying to get a sip of coffee because I've got perfect timing, and we're going to continue building on the Proton Packs, which we've done no research on exactly what we need to do next at all. So we'll be figuring it out on the fly. And since today was a calm day at the studio, Toby and Bruno were here.
Yep.
You know, the weather was good, the peopling was good, the whole reasons for. You've got a Happy Meal on your back.
And pizza.
Oh, I guess there is pizza, huh?
There's pizza, burger, fries, but no hot dogs.
Okay. Trying to think if there's a. Anyway. No hot dog.
It's the Bruno Butt Show.
It's the Bruno Butt Show. Hey, well, we've got a lot of people saying good evening all. That's from Steve D. Miss Mary Mack is, I'm here and on time. Woohoo!
Welcome.
Strict Aphid just says, sus. Strict's all about the Among Us game. Yanalith says, happy Monday, everyone, and happy Easter Monday. Yeah, today on the calendar, it's still Easter, but it's when it's observed, which doesn't really make sense, and I can agree. And Cobb Corn is letting me know it was snowing earlier today in Michigan.
Oh, that sounds awful.
That's gotta suck for finding eggs. Oh, keep them fresh, sort of, longer, right?
I think you can make like frozen eggs. And...
Yeah, so if you freeze a hard-boiled egg, it'll still like expand and crack, right? Because
No.
there's fluid in it.
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, it's not wet fluid, but maybe not.
I've never actually frozen eggs before.
I'm not a huge egg fan. Not like hard-boiled and stuff, anyway.
I like egg salad. I like eggs.
Yeah, I like eggs. I like cooked eggs on a plate with breakfast, but as far as hard-boiled eggs, they're not. I mean, they're not bad. I think it's. I'm kind of a lazy eater. I think hard-boiled eggs generally are way too much effort to peel because I never seem to get the. You watch them on movies. It's like pick, it's all off, and I'm like, oh, there's a millimeter, there's a millimeter, there's a millimeter. I'm done.
I get lazy, but I just put it in a mason jar full of water and then I shake it and.
Oh, okay, that works. Really? Okay. I learned something.
I get lazy too, but I just use the water.
I like that plan.
Or sometimes I do it under the faucet and just let the faucet take the shell off. Because you get it between that and the membrane and it all goes.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, nope, haven't been doing that. I'm just picking at it. Hi! We're not a cooking show.
No.
Sorry, you're going to say
I was
something.
going to say, what's your egg peeling technique?
What? Yes. Now that you have a basket full of colored eggs, what's your egg peeling technique?
Have you decorated your eggs beyond edibility? Is the question.
I probably would.
Oh, no, we often do. Like when you actually get down to past the dyeing of the phase, going on to the full-on decorating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're no longer edible at that point.
I suppose I've never done one past dyeing or like a wax crayon, then you dye it so the wax stays white. I don't think I've gone a full-on decorating past that, so I'm not sure. I mean, are you talking about like super gluing a bunch of stuff to the egg, or?
Yeah.
Okay, well that would.
Gluing things to the eggs, coloring on the eggs, painting the eggs.
Okay.
My friend once made a little Jeep egg.
Okay.
Sure,
okay.
We got to a point where it's like, okay, if it has nail polish on it, I wouldn't eat it.
You could probably taste the nail polish.
Yeah. But I like it when the dye seeps through the eggs.
Yes.
And then when you make egg salad, it's like a tie-dyed shirt egg salad.
Okay. I can appreciate that. Yeah. Yanalith is saying dyed eggs actually taste really good. Now I want an egg salad sandwich.
It's the time.
And Cobb Corn's confused. You're supposed to peel them?
Well, unless you want that extra crunch.
Getting
Here,
plenty
that's good for your teeth.
Plenty of calcium in your diet.
Not my cup of tea, but to each their own.
So Strict Aphid's got the question of the day, possibly. How were the cons?
I enjoyed CrockerCon.
CrockerCon was a lot of fun. So cons is a really good question. Last week I talked about going to Indiana. Yeah, no, I went to Oklahoma, where I did a con. Well, since last week I've been to 2 other cons, and Felicia got to go with me to one.
Yeah, I went to the CrockerCon, which was right in downtown Sacramento. So I love that building.
Yes. The Crocker Art Museum is the art museum here in Sacramento. It's actually the oldest art museum west of the Mississippi. And what is it, the second Thursday of every month? Or is it the first? It's the second. They do an art mix, and once a year that art mix is the CrockerCon, which is a pop culture kind of Comic Con that happens within the art museum. It's a 3-hour con. I don't know how many of you have done cons before, but the idea of having a 3-hour con, including live acts, cosplay contests, they showed the Lego movie in their auditorium. It's like, it's a 3-hour con. Why are you showing a movie? But, people want to come and do different things, and it might be a really convenient babysitter, something I haven't had to think about in a long time.
I'll
so
go sit and watch the movie while I go check out this.
while I go check out this, while I go to the bar. So yeah, because that was actually one of the cool things.
Babysitting.
Yeah. So as I sit here and talk about it, maybe it was a good plan.
I really enjoyed it. It was so small. It was like a con light.
Yes, it was.
It was con light. It was like you got the experience of it without the... Like it was after work.
Right. It was
like I went to work and then I went.
And then it was over at like 9:30, which was, pushing it for bedtime for some people, but still, that's not so bad.
Yeah. Got all the experiences.
Right.
Honestly, up in the ballroom, I was looking at the everything else as well as all the things.
Right.
There was just like so much eye candy. I love museums, but
Definitely. Because it was threatening to rain, and it actually kind of did, but by night it had calmed down, but there was no way of telling if it was going to continue to behave.
It definitely was rained wet. It was wet on the floor when we were leaving. There was rain going on while the con was going on.
They brought the whole thing indoors, which isn't normal. There's a big outside area where they usually have the con, because it's much easier to have everyone set up, and you can be noisy, and you got space to spread out, and you can see everything. Well, with it raining, everything went indoors. And you mentioned the ballroom, which is in the original museum building. Some point in time, they made a much more modern building that's still connected to the
fancy old house.
Fancy old house. I was going to say Victorian, but that may not be the right architectural word for it.
No, I think those are all Victorian mansions.
It's a Victorian mansion? Okay.
Yeah, they're all called Victorians and bungalows.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's a very large Victorian mansion with a huge ballroom built by the railroad barons who did that whole Continental Railroad thing. Maybe you heard about it, Golden Spike, all that nonsense. All the Golden Spike, the railroad, all that stuff started here in Sacramento. So that's railroad, yay! Trains! But no, the ballroom's beautiful, and the new building's beautiful, and it was nice having everything inside, so it was nice all being inside, but at the same time we could have spread out if we were all outside. So it was this catch-22.
Spread out in a good way, though.
Yeah.
Because you got to go to each of the different parts.
That's true.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I was kind of glad that it rained and we got to be inside, so.
Fair enough.
So what about the other con that I didn't go to that you were there for 3 days? And there were giant things and...
I know some of you saw on my Instagram, and most of you on Discord have also seen pictures that I uploaded. But for Friday, so the CrockerCon ended at 9:30. We were packed up and out by 10:40. At 7 a.m. Friday morning, I had to be in Roseville to start setting up for the SAC Anime. So that was all day. It was noon to 7 on Friday, 10 to 7 on Saturday, and then 10 to 6 on Sunday. Train! No, that was fantastic fun. The con was very quiet and...
we got mail.
Oh, we got mail.
4 big boxes, so...
4 big boxes.
I'm excited.
All right.
That's what that commotion was.
Yes,
that I was paying attention to.
John coming in while I was trying to talk.
We're live. We're distractible.
Train! Oh, I bet I know what one of those boxes are. 4 boxes? Huh. All right. We'll show you later.
I'm just as curious.
Right. I'm trying to remember what all I... Oh, I wonder if that's what one of them is. Oh, I hope that showed up. So half the cast of Futurama was there. I think there were three of the actors. So it was Phil Lamar, Billy West, and Leah. Oh, now I'm forgetting her name again because I'm an asshole. Yeah.
Don't worry, we're live. Everybody's just watching.
Yeah, it's okay. But the con was great. Another Gundam cosplayer showed up. Someone else here he's in Reno, so he's not quite in Sacramento. He's only 2 hours away, about 2 hours east of here.
But all he has to do is flap his wings once, and he'll be here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Those were the giantest wings, I think.
Yeah, he had a 10 or 12-foot wingspan because it was sized appropriately for him being the Destiny Gundam. For those of you who know Gundam, yeah, he was a Destiny Gundam. And he had set up a small air compressor with a pneumatic ram so the wings would actually extend out and then kind of come back down. They didn't do all the fancy elbow articulation, right? They just had the one point, but still, it worked. And it was really impressive to watch. And it was really quiet. Whatever he had set up, maybe it was just
dang.
That's what I thought might have showed up.
Oh, dang.
Oh, we're going to have fun at 1 o'clock. The mail just got delivered with a hand truck.
That's just a dolly.
Okay, it's a dolly. Yeah, so he was way cool. Got pictures with it. I actually put together a album, all the pictures I took of both Gundams, and sent them to Bluefin, because I now have a contact with Bluefin, the marketing person in charge, the chief marketing officer. Bluefin is the U.S. distributor for all things Gundam. I got to meet them at WonderCon, and we exchanged phone numbers. It's like, all right, I don't want to spam you with a bunch of pictures, but
Full-size versions of your little builds.
Yep, full size, and they both looked really freaking good.
Well, they were done by people who've done.
Yeah, and they were both done. By people who've done cosplay. Exactly.
Sorry,
Mike
not
had
speaking.
done. It's fine. Keep me on track. Mike had done many large cosplays before, and so yeah, his Destiny Gundam looked really good, and it was weathered, not as battle damage weathered as Joe's is, but still.
No, but it had like good clean plastic lines. Like
Yes.
It looked like a comic book.
Right.
It had some good cell shading-ish.
It had a little bit. There's a technique when you're painting your Gundam where they will shade the edges, which mentally doesn't make sense to me, but visually it looks good.
Right? It's
So-
kind of like that stained glass-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like I could be shipped in one of those boxes.
I'm still going to make you guys wait till 1 o'clock, but let me just say that off to the side of the camera over here are at least 3 boxes. I'm recognizing the shipping logos there. They're from Ryobi. They're almost as tall as me.
No, they are as tall as you.
They are as tall as me. Well, there's the top one.
Yeah.
There's a little one on top, which may
That
not
one
be
makes
Ryobi.
it go over your head.
But that one it is more than 6 feet tall. Yeah. So Ryobi, yeah, you guys are really cool. I'm digging this. This is plus something else showed up over the weekend while I was at the cons that I can bring out, and yeah, so remember we got the so while I'm at a con, stuff showed up. Can I even reach it now? I can't even reach it now.
We're just going to have to do it 1 o'clock.
All right, that's fine. So stuff showed up. We might bring out I've got batteries for the vacuum cleaner. That's one of the things that showed up that's really exciting. The giant 40-volt, weighs as much as a brick, because it is a brick, battery that Ryobi uses for their lawn gear. And yeah, I have a couple of those now. It's like, wow, what can I power with this? That's mobile. I mean, I could like make...
You can make your Gundam walk.
I would need a cosplay with a trailer to haul the batteries around for this thing. Not quite that bad.
They're not that bad.
No, they're not that bad. But they're pretty heavy.
They're a brick.
Yeah, but they're a brick.
They're a brick.
Yeah.
I would be, like, when things weigh more, they feel more expensive.
Yes.
So if something was light, I'd be
I
more
too have seen Jurassic
disappointed.
Park.
fashion in general.
Okay.
The like satin, like very flowy silk that's really lightweight.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to spend money on that because it's too lightweight, even though it's really expensive. So you weight it with chains.
Ah.
So you add the weight, so it feels more expensive.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, in general,
Okay.
weight is never an issue. I know we always want to make things lighter, like, oh, I'm actually going to have to do hard labor with this. I don't want to truck it around, but when it weighs more, it feels more expensive. Just in general.
All right.
Rule of thumb.
I can agree with this, as well as make fun of the line from Jurassic Park.
Yeah. So we were right next to the Ghostbusters.
Yes, we were at CrockerCon, our table. So let's jump back to the other con.
It's the only one I was there, but I was like, you saw more cool things at the other con, but the one I saw.
Yeah,
we were
no,
right
the
next to
Ghostbusters were cool. There was 2 tables next to us. We were at the end of the hall, and so we're at the end. There's a table here and a table over here. The Ghostbusters were right here.
Yeah.
Talk about the Ghostbusters. You're excited.
They were right in our corner, and we got to peek at their packs, and they had like real aluminum cast pieces. Mm-hmm. I feel like I've been hanging around you too much because I was like, are you sure that's not foam? And I'm like, we don't need to add any texture. We'll be fine. Like, we don't need to add that. Like, I was just like, it was throwing me off because...
There's so much talk about the texture you want to put on the pack, but all the Ghostbusters packs I see have very minimal texture. Like,
and it's real metal.
It's real metal. Like, at the most, the majority of the packs that I've seen, I mean, there's some the guys that sprayed with bed truck liner, some of the guys that sprayed with crackle paint, or one was telling me to use high temperature spray for barbecue because then when you burnish it, you get like the right kind of tone colors, which makes sense. But the texture really isn't any heavier than a non-stick pan. Yeah.
I'm not worried about it now.
No,
at
I'm
this
not worried
point.
about it either.
I was
I never
super
really
impressed
was.
by their packs and how they had little variability in all of them, and I loved it.
Yes.
From the hoses to the wires to the way they did the little lights, and we're totally doing it wrong. Not wrong, but you know what I mean.
We're totally doing it our way, totally doing it Chris's way. Lost wax Oz. A couple of the guys actually had the spirit packs, and in order to make them look bigger, they made a mount for the trap to hang on the pack.
That's what was. Sorry, I wasn't picking up what was quite off.
Well, I asked him about it. I was like, that's really cool. I don't remember there being traps mounted to the packs. He goes, oh, yeah, you do this to the spirit ones to make them look bigger.
Makes sense.
Because the traps, in my memory, the traps are hanging off their waist. Now, there may be a point in the movie that one of them has a pack mount, but I don't remember it because I love the movies. I enjoy the movies. I've read a ton of stuff and looked at a lot of behind-the-scenes pictures, but I haven't memorized the movies. So, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, because I never tried to build a Proton Pack before.
I honestly I was watching the cartoon before I ever saw the movies.
Okay. The cartoon's good. Yeah.
It's hilarious. I love Slimer.
I don't know if it was a recreation. Somebody had the cartoon Real Ghostbusters Ecto-1 in a box at the weekend con, but it looks so new and the box looks so heavy grade. It's like, was this a re-release? Because if this is vintage and looking this good, that's amazing. And why do you have it where people can touch it?
Show off that they have it.
I guess, yeah.
Because if nobody sees it, does it really exist?
But all it takes is one. So all it takes is one. What's the one? Joe's
One
putting on the
asshole?
gun. Well, not even an asshole. Joe's putting on the Gundam Saturday, and he's getting the suit put on, and he grabs the legs he's pulling up, and he pulls his hands away, and someone got jelly, literal strawberry jam jelly on the knee of the Gundam. No, exactly. It's like, wait a minute, what? We're at a con. The kids love the costumes, which is fun, right? I mean, I see a lot of kids running over and take pictures of the costumes.
Peanut butter jelly.
Yeah, peanut butter jelly hands grabbing the Gundam. Joe was both really kind of, I suppose, miffed is the right word, maybe, or a little like, but at the same time, he thought it was kind of funny.
Strawberry jelly.
Strawberry jelly. Yep. Yeah.
That's some interesting distress work there.
I remember having strawberry jelly on the game controllers at home.
Why is it always sticky?
Yes, why is the game controller always sticky? Yeah, so with that idea in mind, you're going to put this thing out that a bit of pizza grease, and it's on the box permanently and it'll never go away, right? If it's vintage. If it's a re-release, oh, okay, whatever. You know,
Gotta
bummer.
put your box in a box so you keep the box safe from.
No, and they actually do that. Yeah. There's actually a small plastic sleeve. It's a box you can buy to put your pops in. So you want to keep your pops in the box. You can pop them in a box to protect the pop box.
How often did you practice saying that?
That was 100% on the fly right now. Didn't even have it planned out when I started.
Beatbox that.
Nope. Can't say it again.
Now say it 3 times fast.
3 times fast. So the Ghostbusters were really, really cool. It was the Sacramento Ghostbusters. It was the Sacramento Ghostbusters chapter. Really nice people. Surprise! You know, honestly, all the Ghostbusters I talked to have been really nice people. So it sounds kind of silly to say that, but honestly, I haven't ran across, you know, a stuck-up, not willing to share, not willing to be excited about their stuff or about your stuff Ghostbuster yet.
Honestly, no matter what costume I'm in, if somebody comes up to me and goes, "Oh my gosh, I recognize you, this is cool."
Right.
If you're an asshole to them.
Fair enough. But
just saying.
Just saying. Yeah,
No,
you're right.
But in all spirit of it, that they get dressed up and, yeah, are present as characters is awesome. And they were very willing to show, look at this hard work that I've done. Yes, this fell apart. Yes, it's a constant work in progress.
Oh, they got super excited because somebody, you know, walked up. They had some old test gear on their bench, like I call it a waveform monitor. That's wrong. It's a spectroscope, right? The thing that. And someone said, "Oh, I think it was the AV guys for the museum. We got an old one of these sitting around somewhere. You guys want it?" It's like, yeah.
They had 2 people at least come up to them, saying they have equipment.
Oh, cool. I only heard the one.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I heard multiple people because I've sourced those before.
Okay.
So you know, Raoul.
Oh yeah.
When we were filming in the Preston Castle,
Okay.
we had a bunch of those and old monitors and things all stacked up to look like the old security.
Right. I grabbed some of those from the e-waste from KVIE.
Yeah, and I think I stole some of yours.
Yeah, no, what?
So it's like I hear ooh, sourcing material.
Preston Castle is a castle-like, again, Victorian, pre-Victorian, large. It was a boys'
Prison.
They
Yes.
called it something different, but it was a boys' prison that was a few hours from here.
Yeah, it's so that they didn't have to send the little boys to jail with grown men, but they still were getting sent to prison, basically. It's a detention area. Anyways, it's a gorgeous, creepy-looking building with padded rooms.
If you ever watched Ghost Hunters or any of those Ghost Chaser shows, you've seen this place because it pops up in all the shows. It's been abandoned for 60 years. Yeah, the county of Ione is doing everything they can to keep it standing because it's such a land as Ione, isn't it?
It is a creepily awesome building.
It is.
I got took private tours of it a couple times because we filmed in it a few times.
Right.
And they have the delousing station, which is creepy.
I don't know if I've seen the delousing station.
Really?
Yeah.
It's at the bottom. So they show you how the boys would come in and they go through the processing.
Okay.
And there's this. It looks like a pool or a big giant tub that's dug into the ground.
Okay.
And they had it filled up because they had filmed something in there where they needed it full.
Okay.
And so they would the kids would have to go through.
Have to walk through this thing that's got the delousing chemical in the water.
Mm-hmm. It was I've seen it empty and I've seen it full, and it's lovely and creepy. In the basement of this building. Anyways, it's a great castle. You should go tour it.
I never have.
You haven't?
I've never been there. I've lived here for long enough that it's a shame that I've never been there. I've never been there for production. I've helped out for at least 2 productions, I think both of them were yours, that went out there and shot.
Yeah, you helped me build the tiny room, the tiny bed.
The tiny bed and that hypodermic needle that's...
Yeah.
Yep, still hanging back there, yep.
Yeah.
No, Gonzo did not repaint for the other video he just did.
Yeah, I was just wondering because they used the same type of thing that Wade used. But, yeah, no, I'm trying to think. I've done it for productions mostly. I think my friend was dating a guy out in Ione, and that's the first time I saw that castle.
Okay.
But other than that, it's always been for productions.
Gotcha. And I've edited videos about it because we did one with an artist that she went out there and did a bunch of photography. And
did Rob on the Road do it?
And Rob on the Road went out there at one point, yeah.
I love Rob on the Road.
Yeah, Rob's fun.
He's awesome.
So haunted castles are on theme with Ghostbusters packs.
Right?
But the Ghostbusters, yeah, again, really cool and awesome people. So the ones in Oklahoma were awesome. I didn't see very many Ghostbusters out at. I did though. So I didn't see people dressed as Ghostbusters, but I saw a couple of the Ghostbusters guys dressed up differently for SAC Anime.
Okay, so
I
they
can't
were
remember
all
what they
team Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Which I can appreciate.
Right.
In all reality, it felt like everybody was showing off their artwork, and I feel like in that room, which was a gallery room,
Totally.
just seeing all these props displayed as art, it looked really cool, and I think the Ghostbusters their whole booth looked like an art project.
Oh, yeah,
They
it was.
looked like an art project, and I was loving it. Like, they were a diorama in themselves.
They were. I'm trying to think about the other stuff in the room. It's like, I don't know if we're done talking about the Ghostbusters exactly.
Well, the other side of us, we had the games.
Right, there's a couple of guys that
Yeah.
are doing homebrew games that look like NES games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know.
They had like a Sacramento bicycle game,
Okay.
like that was a board game that looked really cool.
Right.
And they also had some video games that they were doing. They were really awesome.
And then next to them was the League of Hope, which is the local cosplay group that gets together and goes to children's hospitals and does all sorts of stuff for charity.
I wasn't exactly sure what they were doing. I just knew that they had really cool stuff.
Right. Well, they're a cosplay group who specifically do their cosplay for this non-convention stuff for the children.
Yeah, no.
Which sounds really dismissive, but it's not. It's
I can genuinely appreciate it.
Yeah, I've been on one of those things where we were shooting Beyond Geek and our superhero went to the Shriners Hospital up in Oregon, and yeah, that was. These kids were super excited to see a superhero come in who was totally made up and they had no idea who he was at all. Right, because he was part of Beyond Geek. He wasn't from anything. But the kids were like, yeah, somebody new.
I had kids approaching me when I was dressed up in a big puffy ball gown. They didn't care. It's
Right.
Cinderella. Can I
Right.
take a picture? Yeah.
Yep, fair enough.
No, I appreciate the joy of children. They're like, this looks awesome. I can appreciate.
Yes.
So, yeah. And it's toys in real life.
It is toys in real life. It is fun toys in real life.
I did go to the Toys R Us opening just to meet Barbie.
I can appreciate that. Yeah. Barbie's great. She's got everything.
Right? She's the best accessories. And she can do anything.
She can do anything. And they're all coordinated. They're all pink. I mean, her Jeep matches her shoes.
Yeah, and then all her friends are color coordinated too.
Well, this is true.
Yeah. It's not that hard though. I feel like they sell things in sets
Yeah,
even now.
they probably do. It has
Yeah.
been a very long time since I've looked at Barbie toys. Yes, I have looked at Barbie toys. It's been a very long time.
Yeah. No, they're a good scale.
Yeah, they are.
I feel like you need a Barbie for like your Godzilla because I feel like that's a scale to have like the
Just about, yeah. Yeah.
so that it could be like right about to be stepped on. You know,
Oh.
just to add to the drama of the display.
Of course, my brain was like, yeah, you got a Godzilla figure, you got a Barbie figure. It's like, yeah, Barbie could be in a Godzilla suit because they're the same scale. It's like the Godzilla costumes in scale to Barbie.
I was just thinking you have these full size mega costumes and then you
Barbie's close to the right scale for the Gundam.
yeah.
I think he's more, the Gundam's more Mego scaled, which are a 10-inch figure, or maybe an 8-inch. It's like 8 to 10 inches tall would be the right scale for our Gundam. Mechagodzilla, Star Wars figure might be too tall. There is a scene where you see humans walk by, and the toe is bigger than a human.
Okay, there you go. Then you
So-
need Polly Pocket.
Yeah, Polly Pocket would probably be good.
Or Lego figures.
Lego, actually, they might be a little small, but yeah, they'd be fine
Then
too.
Polly Pocket.
Yeah, Polly
She's
Pocket,
about
she's
this big.
2 inches,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So like the old Air Raid and action figures from this is from the late '80s, guys, or the Coleco Star Command figures with the magnetic base, or Mask. There's one that people actually know. They're all about that size. Those are the boy toys that I know. I remember Polly Pocket though. She's still around though, isn't she?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, she's looking greater than ever.
good. All the ones I mentioned aren't. Gone.
Yeah. So, anyways. We have a Proton Pack we should be building
We should be building. Was there anything else really fun with the
with the Supercons.
Supercons? trying to think. I enjoyed that the Crocker Art Museum had their wait staff, the people that were serving drinks and walking around and taking care of guests, all had on capes and domino masks, and they were all different colors. So
they fully embraced the theme.
Yeah.
They decorated, went all out.
They had
it
a
was
bat
an
symbol
experience.
projected in the ceiling the whole night.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think they even had superhero-themed drinks.
Okay, I didn't look.
I didn't order any of those. I just was like, I need soda and water.
Yeah, I wanted water.
Yeah.
And you spent the whole night dressed as Leia.
Yes, I did. That was a comfy costume.
Yes, I bet it was. You got your
was
picture with
easy.
Palpatine.
Right? Yeah. It was super easy. I didn't bring anything, so like my hair wasn't right, but I just wore the hat. I was like, there we go.
Yep. Yep, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So it was you had a picture with a Sith Lord Tusken, because there's one of those in the area, but then it was Anakin and Palpatine. Yeah.
So technically a young dad.
Yeah, so it was you with your young dad and your adopted grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have known by the scary music.
And,
No.
and then your hillbilly uncle.
It was fun, and I was glad people appreciated it.
Yeah.
I met another Leia in the Endor with the poncho, and she had
Right.
the cutest Ewok I've ever met.
Oh, she had a tiny little wicket. Yeah, you posted that on your Instagram, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's pictures out there if you go look.
Yes, but that was the cutest Ewok, and
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like, I love your costume. She's like, I love yours.
It was
So-
great. We finally moved over to try and get a picture of the two of you, and Little Wicket is totally enchanted.
There's a shiny light.
Yeah, there's a blue light shining up in the building. Look, I can make shadows. Yeah. I get it.
Of course an Ewok would be distracted by a box with shining lights.
Right?
They think it's like the ruler.
Yeah, it's magic. Oh, let's see. We're supposed to peel them. Deviled eggs taste really good. No, an egg salad sandwich. All right. Jerry Rig Props is here. Hello, everyone. This is a little while ago. I'm trying to catch up.
Hello, Jerry Rig Props.
Yana Liz saw a ton of trains. We went to a Thai restaurant for Easter because Thai is best for Easter.
Oh, heck yeah. Did you get some drunken noodles? Those are my favorite.
And Yana Liz is excited for mail.
I am too now.
It was in the cartoon. Oh dear. Adam's talking about something we talked about, and I'm out of the loop on it now.
Good luck trying to keep
Yeah, that's it.
with the chat live while everything's going down.
Ben and Lynch says, click the like buttons because there's a class new animation when you click it. So if you want to see the new animation that YouTube has put in for the like button, click that like button to watch the animation.
They did what now?
Apparently there's a new animation that when you click it, that does something new to...
So you get
So you
some
know.
kind of reward.
Yeah,
for it.
you know you clicked it.
Yeah, gotta praise that algorithm.
Yes.
They need attention.
Oh, okay.
Are we gonna be able to make these things light up today?
No, I never bought the... I still haven't gotten the microcontrollers.
Okay.
Because those types of lights can't just have... They're not just flashlights. I can't just hook up power to them.
No, I get that. I was just
Yeah.
trying to think of how much we glue them in before moving on to the next spot.
Oh, it's not a big deal. We
Yeah.
can completely glue them in as long as their lead is still accessible.
It made a
And
beep when we poked
It made a beep
so
when we
that's
poked
all
it.
I know.
Right. So I'm fairly confident with it. Now, if it's wrong, we get to see how to fix something that you glued together before you tested it, which would be a really good thing for the live stream anyway.
Alright, I'm down. Because we need to put in the
People are talking about, oh, I love Mask. Oh, and Brave Star. I forgot about Brave Star. Analyst is letting you know that they didn't have drunken noodle, but they did have some noodle with chicken and some chicken wings. And that her favorite is the papaya salad, and we also had dried fresh fried rice and wontons.
oh nice.
Right? Fish, not fresh. Fish. Dried fish fried rice. That makes more sense. I was trying to figure out, why is it fresh fried rice? Oh, because you read it wrong, Odin.
Oh, there you go.
That'd do it.
Yeah. I have everybody at Smosh's Thai food order memorized.
You still remember it all?
I still remember everybody's Thai food orders specifically, like down to Pat's like pineapple fried rice too. Anyways, but yes.
Well, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, he also got extra peanut sauce on the side.
That also sounds good.
No, it's like it's just sending me back. Yeah, Ryan always got the same thing.
Right.
Like everybody kind of would sometimes mix it up, but
Right, I would do that. There was a point in time when I was working at Play, like the last almost office job I had, where people would go, we're going to go out to lunch, what do you want? I actually made a little card I could hand them that had all the restaurants in the area and what my basic order is.
Well, there you go.
I want a number 3, a large size with a Coke. I want a... Yep.
I always have tried something different, so I would wait till everybody ordered and then see what looked the best.
Okay.
But I tended to go for the red meat option, the beef option, because I usually was pretty low on iron.
Okay.
And it hit the spot, you know.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
So
that.
I always went for burgers, roast beef sandwiches, you know, those kind of things.
Now we're going to talk about food.
I'm hungry. That's what we're talking about now. But
How long till lunch?
a couple hours.
So Jerry's asking me, when am I going to do another Lego live stream? And we got a couple of guys talk about how much they loved Mask and they miss it. So at the moment, I don't have a Lego live stream planned.
I'm gonna put these near, but not on the table, because
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll be Mr. Wilson.
Okay.
I think we should glue the lights in place with the little red spots over today.
I
Because
think
that's
that's-
going to take a minute.
I think it's probably the right plan. Yeah, is to.
One for you. Because that's still technically on step 12. We haven't moved past that in a couple weeks.
No, we haven't. But we spent a couple of weeks doing the.
And this is our extra guy.
That's
I
the
got
extra.
nervous when I saw him sitting there.
Right, but then we actually made 9, so.
Yeah. We had one little extra.
So we have our Christmas lights. So to recap what we've done for the past 2 weeks, because I know nobody can possibly remember, what we have here is, well, that's totally blown out.
But it's doing its job. Look at that.
Yeah. So it's just a bit of PVC pipe. That's the main piece here. This is a Schedule 200 thin-walled PVC pipe. The inside of just the pipe has been wrapped with a reflective silver Mylar tape. This isn't the aluminum tape. This is a plastic tape. We super glued some 6mm foam around the lip, so we have a better Mario pipe edge that we can glue onto something. And then the base is just a bit of foam. I think this is some of the Michaels Creatality foam. That's just there to hold the light in place. Inside are 2 LEDs on a piece of 2mm that's sticking up straight up and down. So there's an LED on this side and an LED on that side. So if they both light up, it should look like one light, but we should be able to do an animation where they go blink, blink, and then moves on to the next one to hopefully get a better chasing type of an effect.
But we will see if that works or not. There's no way to tell till it's already glued in. And
Yep,
we'll
no
see
way
if
to
it
tell.
works. Then we'll rip it out. We'll see if it works.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't have to rip it out because
Super
I
glue
soldered
rubber
something
cement.
wrong.
Right? Well, we checked.
Yeah, we checked.
We checked. We can double beep up before we glue them in, if you wanted to.
No, I'm okay.
You're okay?
I'm
All
okay.
right.
Because we beeped them, and I didn't. I did bend them because there's been plenty of times that when I've bent LEDs on a strip before, I ended up popping the resistors or the LED leads free of the flexible strip. But where we bent this is where you're supposed to be able to cut it. So I'm fairly confident that this is okay. Also, bending it over a 2mm piece instead of pinching it in half is not going to stress it nearly as much either. So,
Super glue or rubber cement?
super glue.
Bruno's like jealous. He's not like the star of the show at the moment.
Right. Everybody, here's Bruno's butt. Oh, wait, no, that's his face. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. No,
You are
it's
gonna know
not.
right, aren't you? Yeah.
Smells
Okay.
like dog.
He wanted attention.
Yeah.
Do you think he's had enough? Never. Now Toby's
No.
jealous. Toby's going, where's mine?
Do I have to? I don't want to pick Toby up. I mean,
No, he doesn't want to be picked up. He just wants a pet.
He doesn't like being picked up.
No, he's too old. I used
That
to
makes
carry him
sense.
around like a giant baby. He'll still crawl up in my lap sometimes, though. But no, he doesn't like to be picked up anymore.
Okay, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, he's like,
probably
and fat.
hurts.
Leave me down.
Little too big, aren't you there?
Okay. All right. Are you happy? I'm gonna put you down now.
No, you put me down. I'm not happy.
Hi, Toby.
Well, it's noon, so let's kick over to public. Welcome back, Bruno.
He's like, I'm back, I'm right here. I never left.
Alrighty, we're gonna go to edit. jump this into a couple of live streams. Ghostbusters and live streams. There we are. Done. And save. Now let me bring the chat windows back so I can see what people are saying.
Now that
And
we're
then I'll get
live.
Now that we're live, and then I'll also potentially get out of the way so you can see what they're saying. But it is now noon, and welcome to the public portion of the Odin Makes live stream.
Welcome, everyone.
So, in case you don't remember, I've never ever been here before, my name is Odin.
Hi, I'm Felicia, and this is Bruno.
And then down here, who you can't see,
It's Toby.
is Toby. So all four of us are actually here in the shop today. We've been talking about the cons that we just did over the weekend, because since the last Monday live stream, I've been to 2 different conventions, and Felicia went to one of them.
Yeah, I went to the Crocker Con. Had a lot of fun.
So if you're just now catching us live, you'll want to back up and see the stories maybe. And if you've been watching the playback, you've been seeing it all. But the public portion of the live stream jumps in about 45 minutes after we actually start. That first 45 minutes or so is always reserved for my Patreon members. It's one of the benefits of being a Patreon is you get this a bit of exclusive content where your comments are a lot easier to see, and it's easier to talk one-on-one with you guys. But the fun thing of the live stream is getting to talk to all of you. So for everyone who's coming in, hi, and thank you for watching the live stream today.
Welcome.
And we're going to continue working on the Ghostbusters Proton Pack build. And what are we planning on doing at this point, Felicia?
We are super gluing these little things inside of these giant things.
Perfect.
The thing needs to go to the thing because we increased the surface area so it'll stick better. Duh.
That is also accurate. So what I wanted to do, I don't care which one starts, right? Because to me, the area in the back isn't that big. So the lead wire coming out has got plenty of space. But what I really wanted to do was make sure that the lights were arranged in, okay, how do I want to explain this? I can see it!
Spokes from a wheel?
No, perimeter, right?
So do you want them facing like towards the outside, so if it's flat, it's facing here and here? Or do you want it facing here as it goes around the circle?
So the centerpiece would be spokes on a wheel, so the lights are on either side of the spokes of the wheel. Okay, I was talking about the lights, so the point of reference changed.
I was trying to think of, we have these lights on a teepee.
On a teepee,
Are we going to face them towards the outside, or if we do it like the...
So I want to face the teepees like a spoke on the wheel, so the lights can chase around each other. And the way the wires are set up, it lets us know that this goes to an LED, and so the spoke is running horizontally. I was kind of showing that a little bit before. So inside the lights are set up. I just showed this to the patrons, but you can kind of see the little bit of foam in here. And so that foam is running perpendicular to the wires that are going to provide the power and the data input for what color and what flashing the lights are doing. So when we glue them down, all I need to do is look at where the wires are going and make sure that they all get glued on, kind of a little too far there, spokes in a wheel, right? So from the front side, from the holes, you can see,
So I drew a line on the back,
There
so
you
I
go.
know which way these things are going. This is going up and down, and the line is showing me which way it's going, up and down.
Nice.
Just so I can, when I'm putting it down, which way is my lights going? Anyways.
So that is the plan. And it is a good plan, and we are going to attempt to do this. And I like it when we switch sides, and
I look and pay attention to what
you look and
people
pay
are saying.
attention to what's going on, and I can work a little bit and still talk to the things that you call out. And if you don't mind that setup, I wouldn't mind switching with you a little bit.
Nice.
All right on. I'll just try not to step on Bruno.
Right.
As we adjust our coffee and tea. Put that away. My focus check is still out. Alrighty.
I'm just marking these.
Sure. I'm going to move the box so I don't leak super glue. Book, slightly different word, so I don't leak super glue onto the book.
Okay. The wires have the X mark, so I just left that line off, but I marked where the things...
Where the things are going to go?
Yeah, so that we can draw the spokes so that they face this way.
Okay, did you get them on both?
Nope, I got it on this one.
Okay.
So if
I'll
you
start
start
with
with
this
that
one.
one, I can start doing this one.
Push this out a little bit so you can kind of see all the holes. So, which side? This side's the... So the wire is the lead in. I've only got one wire going in. When it terminates, it just terminates, so there's no wire coming off, because I didn't need to know that. And after we clumsily explained to each other how we wanted to glue these in, the marks that Felicia had made, we want to put on like spokes of a wheel. Oh, this is going to be kind of fun. Here we are.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it so, you know, everybody could see at home exactly how it's going in.
But doing it for camera is very hard.
Yeah, but then the hole that's drilled in it is about the same diameter as the pipe itself. So if I'm not careful, I'll be offset.
You'll be showing off
And
the pipe.
I'm already offset just from flipping it around. Can't take me anywhere. Not even
No,
my
it's
own
okay.
show.
I understand. It's like, it's the first one.
It's the first one.
You have like
know
9
what?
more to figure it out on.
It probably doesn't matter.
No, it totally matters because it's all the direction of the blinking lights, and then just
Well, it does matter, but it's close. How's that? It probably
cover
doesn't
it with a
matter
Sharpie.
it's.
just put a Sharpie mark over it. Then no one will know because it'll just be a little
Oh,
black
you know
spot.
something we kind of lucked out on?
What?
Because I totally didn't
Don't we
do
have to
that
put the
intentionally.
filter?
Oh, there's a cover piece that goes over it.
Okay, so we're
You're,
not-
you're right. We talked about doing that. I forgot to do that. I'm just jumping ahead. But there is there's going to be a piece going on this. Yeah. But
So there's a,
on the inside here, there's the come here. Our little light cans, right? The little light can thing itself has a size, which is almost 2 inches tall. Well, thankfully, the Cyclotron body is just over 2 inches tall, so it fits under the shelf, because that could have been a disaster. Because I never bothered to even think about that.
you said I needed about this big, and you cut them all about that big.
I did.
Whatever that was.
Yes, I did.
It was less than a cat toy, is all I know.
It was less than a cat toy. You can click us back over to us being on screen, and not just my hands, if you want. One of these days, I'll have a friend, Graham, come out and help me set up a remote switch so I could potentially switch the show from either side of the table. But I have yet to
Be that fancy.
be that fancy. Take him up on his excited offer of, no, I'm happy to help you hook up that showed it a couple weeks ago, that little Stream Deck box thing, whatever it's called, which looks really cool, and I'm genuinely excited about, but apparently not enough to actually get it hooked up.
I know, but we never think about it till we're middle of it
Right.
and can't do anything, and then by the time it's over, we're not thinking about it anymore.
Yeah, by the time it's over, so I'm
At least
thinking
that's for
about
me.
lunch and nap.
Right?
So the most interesting thing I never expected to happen, even after almost a couple years now of live streaming, is how much it kicks my butt when we're all done and over and I just want a dang nap. Yeah.
Yeah. Using your brain is exhausting.
Yeah. So I am sorry, Felicia, and dear audience, dear viewer, that we're not going to be able to turn these on today because I just don't have the...
Okay. There's a piece going over this piece?
There are little tiny circles that go over these pieces that we can put the piece on.
Okay. That's what I was worried about. I'm like, oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
if we put the filter in between, it's going to hide that a little bit better.
Right. Well,
But it looks pretty good. I'm pretty impressed.
And
It looks like it's an actual flashlight. Like, I know what it is, and it doesn't
Right.
look like I know what it is. So,
you want to hit 2,
2.
maybe? You can kind of see it. So this is where we're at this point with our foam build. But there is a decorative ring that goes around each of these lights, and so we can put the film in between them. Or, you know, if we really wanted to, which I don't really know if we need to, I can get a bunch of discs cut out of red acrylic, and we can put a red acrylic on there. But I think I'm okay with just the PVC film that we were talking about using.
Yeah.
Which is just right up over there. I mean, it's here in the building as opposed to a trip to Tap Plastics.
I am all for using stuff we already have. I mean, you already have. Who are we talking about? You already have.
That's fine.
So, Black Region Art says the best part of Monday, Odin and Felicia making stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Black Art.
Black Region Art.
Black Region Art. I apologize.
And Groot Grusin says, there you are. Good evening, Odin and Felicia. Good evening.
Good evening, Groot Grusin.
Anna Music, the real life project. It says, it feels weird to see an Odin Makes video without his music. Because this is a little
live.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is Odin live.
Yep.
Non-edited.
Yeah, exactly. Non-edited.
See, train.
Train.
Yeah.
I will sit around and wait for the train to go away before I continue talking on the videos that have music, just so that to try and reduce the train noise.
You know, like a true editor.
Yeah. Where you're all worried about that type of stuff, leaf blowers and dogs barking, and you know what? We're gonna have all that today. We're gonna have dogs barking. We're gonna have trains going by, and we're gonna have a leaf blower at 1 o'clock because, spoilers, that's one of the things Ryobi sent me. Oh yeah, we have lots of mail to open up and talk about at 1 o'clock today.
It's gonna be exciting. Iana Lith says, I had some jasmine tea yesterday and it was so good. I've been having some bad seasonal allergies and it felt good to breathe. I like jasmine tea. It's one of my favorites.
Jasmine tea is good. I just bought some, I mean, it's not jasmine tea at all, but I just bought some more sleepy time tea yesterday because I've been out for a while, so I was like, oh yeah, I want more of that.
I like chamomile peppermint.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't that kind of sleepy time tea?
Chamomile peppermint? Yeah, chamomile kind of it's a calming tea, so
yeah.
Sure. There is a place near here that makes jasmine rice, which is really good. I mean, it's just the thing that they, yeah.
No, I can appreciate all the different rices.
I'm trying to think. Am I thinking the right? Jasmine rice, and it's
jasmine rice and tea are completely different.
They are, but they make a rice that actually has that cooked into it as well.
Oh, a jasmine tea rice?
Yeah.
A jasmine rice?
Yeah, because there's jasmine style rice. That's why I'm thinking, am I saying this wrong? It's not ginger rice. But anyway, they do something like it. It's really good. So.
Sounds good. Anna Music, the real life project says I'll build something BattleTech related myself then. Cool.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. God is Good 77 says, hey Odin, how long will you be streaming for?
We will be streaming until 2 o'clock California time, so about another 2 hours, about another hour and 45 minutes. We've got stuff to do at 2 o'clock, so we can't run over today, but yeah, 2 o'clock our time. So please adjust accordingly to wherever it is your position on this rock.
Yeah. Richard Stroh says, hey guys, hope you had a good Easter or spring equinox. I can't wait to see you make Captain Hook's hat soon. Sorry, I can't talk.
Right, I talked about that over the weekend to Ellis, and that came up as a possible hat build. That would be very cool. I had a great Easter.
Which version?
Oh, the animated one for Peter Pan.
Of course, but
yeah.
No, I know, but then I realized there's 3 different versions of Captain Hook hat, so I was like, which one? And
okay.
The cartoon, I am totally full for.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to do Dustin Hoffman's, and what's the third one I'm not thinking of?
I don't know. I think they had like a newer release of like Captain Hook.
Oh, okay.
And there's like 3 different versions of them, but Dustin Hoffman's completely doable.
Oh yeah.
But
no, there's no way we could
cartoon.
possibly recreate something that was actually physical in the world and worn on someone's head. That could never happen.
You could buy the base layer and then add the trim and the feathers. But I like doing the big giant animated one because it's so funky.
Right.
So, anyways, I didn't mean to interrupt your.
You're fine.
Easter plan or Easter holiday stories.
I spent all Easter at a con.
You did, didn't
I
you?
did. I went to a 3-day convention this weekend with SAC Anime Roseville. It's now being called SAC Anime Spring. So it sounded like, for the longest time, it is sounding like SAC Anime is going to be doing 3 cons a year. For the longest time, they only did 2 a year. There was winter and summer, and they weren't quite equidistant around the calendar. Am I the only one that mentally has an image of like this loop? That's the year, and literally, it's not a circle, like an orbit, like would make sense. I picture it as like a track that you'd run track on.
Like the actual orbit of the Earth.
Yeah, the actual orbit of the Earth would make a hell of a lot more sense. But no, my mental image is this, like, an O.
Because it's kind of the
yeah.
path we're all taking is an ellipse, not necessarily a real circle, but yeah.
Yeah, well,
so it makes sense.
It's a lot more of a circle than my mental image of it. But anyway, they weren't quite equidistant through the center, right? They weren't on opposite poles of that orbit, because it was always New Year's Day and the first weekend in September. It's a holiday in the States
pretty
called
darn close
Labor
together.
Day. Yeah, pretty close. Yeah, the summer and winter. Anyway, so now they're doing spring. So they're getting this every 4 months. They're looking at doing a con.
Oh, nice.
And the spring one's going to be happening up in the Roseville Fairgrounds, so it's a different venue. And the other two will still be at the Sacramento Convention Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can appreciate that. How is the fairgrounds?
Good. They've updated them since I went to a model train show, many years ago. There's a huge new facility that's also a sports complex, and no, it's a very nice building with what they've got set up.
Oh, cool.
But I spent Easter there, and it was very quiet the first couple hours of the con. But a lot of people still came in cosplays. I saw Master Chief with bunny ears. I saw Tubi, who's the assassin, the female assassin droid that always wears a blindfold with white hair. Anyway, a couple of those with Easter bunny ears.
It's always fun to go hunting for Easter eggs.
Yeah, Pikachu is handing out Easter eggs. There's someone who's got a big Pikachu mascot costume. There's a picture with Pikachu holding Soul Edge from summer 2 years ago. Pikachu showed up again and would find a kid, and all of a sudden this human hand would come out of Pikachu's mouth with an Easter egg. It's like, wow, you're sort of a xenomorph Pikachu, but giving out Easter eggs.
In these trying times, can I offer you a delicious egg?
Yes. Exactly.
Oh, okay, so we got these glued in.
We have these glued in. Are we still on step 12?
So, step 12 was glue the LEDs from behind and glue the wires down as well. Close enough.
I think they'll behave.
Yeah.
Because I want this one loose, but everything else is we got some stiff wires.
Okay, and then he used a red filter.
Oh, so we're doing the red filter.
But he did them not.
Okay.
And then cut a hole at the center of the back plate. This is where you can store the battery pack for the LEDs. I just put a bit of Velcro in the battery pack and some Velcro in the hole.
So even in the instructions, we're cutting a hole in the back plate. It's all good.
Look at you, like, knowing what you're doing. You think you should do this for a living or something? And now we've got to put it together. So you'll need a back plate and all the assembled parts. So now.
No, they're not. I guess he covered the circle, so soon to make cut some discs from that glued over the top of the LEDs. Yeah, okay. And then there's what are the ring pieces that's just not on here. It must be in the video, which I don't have my computer set up.
Oh.
So come put it all together. So we're gluing in. So that's just circles. In the boxes somewhere there should be 8 rings that'll fit on top of these. Thank you, Thing. And this one's actually that looks right.
Should we take a little Sharpie and black these, the inner of these tubes before we put?
No, because you'll see the black. If we leave it the light color, when the red light turns on, it'll all be red. If we make it black, you'll see the black.
Interesting. It's like you've done this before.
I did that intentionally on the thermal detonator case build, where I went in and colored something black to make sure you could see it.
There you go. And references. I love it.
And referencing previous videos. Go watch the video with Sean Cash when we made the...
So the red stuff. You pointed over there, but I do not see it.
Cyclotron light washers. Yeah, it's over there. I'll go.
I know.
I'll go brave the Tower of Mail, and it's A-I-L.
I don't see it over there at all. So you will definitely
it's rolled
have
up.
to.
Yeah.
Yes. Connor Godfrey says, "Hey Odin, you're amazing. Your videos inspire me
Well, thank you.
and motivate me to do creative things. Thank you for making my day better."
Thank you, Connor.
And then Mickey
Mickey Rat?
Mickey Rat says,
You met him.
Yeah. He was the guy with the
With the radio.
radio, yeah.
And with the radio tower, yeah.
Yeah. My brother was excited.
Sweet.
Says, remembering that I had to yell train in the middle of a shot makes me miss being on set. Haha.
Yes. So Mickey Rat, I really got to get to know, because that's a sentence, while working on Grunk the Smasher. Grunk the Smasher is a awesome fantasy, farcical fantasy movie.
Trash film art?
Put together by the Trash Film Orgy, which is, I love that name for the group. If you remember the old Frank Frazetta paintings and like the Den sequence from Heavy Metal and a little bit of Boris Vallejo, but I think it's more Frank Frazetta, that is the style they're going for with this intentionally campy yet awesome movie they're putting together. I helped out with making the armor and the helmet for Grunk and a couple of Grunk's the main hero. He's the pin-headed barbarian, right? The one who is 99% testosterone and muscle and 1% where the brain should be, but it's not there. You know, he's got a big hammer and he's going to smash things. And I think he actually talks about that in some of his lines. Well, I can smash them. We will sneak up and smash them.
I worked at the costume shop where they rented a bunch of random stuff for that project.
For that project?
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool.
I didn't officially help on it, but I worked at the costume shop that rented a lot of the stuff, so we ended up getting free tickets to all their things, which was always fun.
It's always fun. Yeah.
It's always fun having the ticket hookup.
Yeah, and the couple running the show, I know them. It was Darren and I know them from like the comic shop. I swear, because it's as soon as I meet them again, it's like I know you. I've met you many times before. I know. They've done 2 other movies before. There's Badass Monster Killer, which I think you can find somewhere online. You can get the DVDs for this. And what was the other one? So they did Badass Monster Killer, which was a contemporary based, right? And they were attacking monsters. I think they did a science fiction one, and now they're doing a fantasy one. And of course, the fantasy one, they have to build absolutely everything. Even with the science fiction one, they could use some real life props and bring them in and whatever. But because I remember Darren talking about that, it's like, we thought fantasy would be fun to do. We got to build torches. We can't even use flashlights. But definitely Trash Film Orgy. Look them up. They probably still have a way of donating to help get the movie finished. So if you can, that would be awesome, because I want to support these guys. They've put out movies and they're Sacramento artists. So yeah.
They know how to throw a hell of a party.
They know how to throw. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. They rent out the Colonial, from what I remember.
The one I went to is when they rented out the Crust.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had like arts and crafts in the outside.
Oh, cool.
It was fun. I
think it was just like a Halloween bash that I went to where I saw them at the Colonial. And they had, what was that? 9,000 Maniacs or whatever. I mean, there's a band called 10,000 Maniacs, but there's an old slasher film, Trade, from the 80s. And they got a hold of 3 of the 4 reels. They let us know that beforehand. So they only had, 3/4 of the movie. That's fine, because it'll run faster. And when they loaded it all up, one of the reels had been rewound wrong. So it was upside down and playing out backwards, because they didn't wind it right. So we only saw like the first and the third reel, and that was it.
Things you don't know are going to be an issue, and then, well, it is what it is.
There's actually going to be, not Trash Film Orgy, but there's going to be a thing coming up at the Crest again on May the 4th. A friend of mine, Scott Zillner, is putting together a screening of Star Wars on May 4th at the Crest Theater. It's gonna be A New Hope. It'll be the special edition, because you can't get a hold of any other print to rent to show publicly. But he's trying to make an event out of it. There's going to be a little mini Star Wars con around it. He's going to have
fun.
the 501st out. He wants me out there with a small table with all the Star Wars builds that I've done. He's trying to get a few other vendors and artists out there. And before the movie starts, he has 2 different Jawa actors that were from A New Hope and a Tusken Raider actor. So, not big names, but, come on.
More than I am.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these people.
I have like a cardboard cutout.
Yeah, right. We've got cardboard cutout of a Wookiee and an R2-D2
and that's
here.
thanks to Keegan.
And that's all thanks to Keegan. Yes. So they're going to give a little talk before the movie starts. So it's the events that, like you talked about, Trash Film Orgy did. They used to do this a lot in the 90s. There was a festival of animation. I loved this stuff. And it hasn't happened in years. And it's not just pandemic.
Well, it's been a couple years of, extra
well, it's not
things,
just the pandemic.
yeah.
Even before that, for the last decade, these things just haven't happened that
Well,
I've noticed.
I worked at a costume shop, so I knew all the things that were happening.
Okay.
So when you work at the costume shop,
So
all
you
the
know.
fun parties that happen.
Right.
That's how I knew about the Film Orgy.
Okay.
That's how, yeah. You just gotta know people who are into doing fun things. And working at
I
a
don't know fun people.
when you work at a costume shop, you get people who come in and they go, I don't want to dress up. I have to go to this stupid party. But by the time they leave and they come back and return their costume, they're like, oh my gosh, I had so much fun. Next year's theme is this. And they're already thinking, and then they throw 2 parties in between, because it's just really, once you I don't know, I see it happen all the time. It's a bug,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, costuming is a bug.
Well, you get a good group of friends together. You have a good time. Anyways. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Those murder mysteries.
We'll meet up, we'll have a
all the
couple of
different
laughs,
parties.
it'll be a great time.
Yeah.
All right.
No. I would go crash the parties if they had food trucks and stuff.
Oh, for sure. The food trucks at the Crocker were good.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing pizza. Okay. So, Zero Obstacles says the con was pretty fun for as small as it is. Just nice to be out cosplaying again. Right?
Awesome. Zero Obstacles is here?
Yes.
So Zero Obstacles is the guy that had the Destiny Gundam. He's the one with the big wings. That's him.
Oh, yeah.
He's that guy. He's in Reno. That's Mike, right? Zero. Let me just out you on the internet. But that's awesome. I'm excited. Zero's here.
That's really cool. It's fun to get out and about, especially if you work so hard on a freaking costume. It needs to have its runway. Just saying. Richard Stroh says, I'll be fine seeing either Dustin Hoffman version or Captain Hook's hat, but the animation version is my favorite. Yeah, I think I like the animation.
Yeah, I like the animation
it's
version.
fun to go how would this cartoon hat translate to real life?
Right. What do we have to do to make this thing work? So now, definitely need to make that happen.
Okay.
Yeah. Internet, when's the anniversary of Peter Pan? I mean, I know it's an odd year right now. It's 58 years or something. But when's the week? So
we can kind of have a reason. We got red
I've
stuff.
got red stuff.
Now we're in hell. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Finally toasty. Oh.
Right.
So, Mr. Richard says, Oxygen Destroyer!
I have not forgotten Oxygen Destroyer. It hasn't happened yet, in case you haven't noticed. But I have not forgotten. I got excited. AJ, he's one of the guys here at the Sacramento Media Center. He's a photographer. I didn't recognize him when he walked up to me at the con, which is bad. But I saw that he had brought it was a strobe light, right, for doing photography, which had a reflective umbrella. So he had this thing sticking out of his backpack that was all silver with spikes on it and a round thing. And I was like, is that the Oxygen Destroyer? So I'm thinking about it.
That made more sense than seeing a coworker at a con.
That made more sense than seeing a coworker at the con, who I should see at the con because, one of AJ's big things is to shoot cosplay. So that's what he likes to do.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the fun part when I see all the cosplayers in their outfits, full on makeup, dressed to the nines, and then they're posing and getting the photos. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Get those photos. Get a better backdrop. Ew, come on, stand in front of that wall. It's at least a blank surface. Sorry.
I'm looking forward to some photos that. I'm totally hearing you.
Yeah.
There's a style of photography that some of these guys do, and one of them did it with the Gundams, where you have the photographer, and then he has an assistant that's got a small strobe, with a pistol grip on it, right? And he's got the camera, the aperture up so high that if he took a picture in the room, he'd have a black photo. So you have the flashes on, and you take a picture of the cosplay, and you can't see anything that's behind them. They're just in a almost black room.
I've done that with people. Anyways.
Yeah, it works really well.
Yeah.
Simon showed me that first. Another photographer friend that does a lot of photography in the Bay Area.
Dean.
Dean? Okay.
Yeah, I took his fashion photography class in American River College.
Okay.
That's how we met.
That makes sense.
I'm not going to tell you how many years ago.
Nope. That was when you went to college years ago. Yes.
Yes. A very long time ago. Anyways.
No, it wasn't. It was yesterday.
Right.
You're a spring. Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, I remember that. That
like
makes
the
a lot of
dust off.
sense.
Yeah.
We would also go into like weird places, like this bathroom has a really cool tile wall background.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was so much fun. I loved it.
When you're downtown with the cosplayers, it's funny how many like seedy, ugly alleyways everyone wants to duck into because it's perfect for those
Or
superhero.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No, I already know which alleys I would shoot Spider-Man in.
Right.
Right?
Well, this has actually been beat up a little bit, so we're going to end up with some crinkles.
Witchy Poo's wand in the future.
Witchy poo, witchy poo.
Witchy Poo's from the 1970s. We used to do her as a costume shop. I dressed up as her for Halloween one year.
Okay.
Yeah, very 70s and bright and colorful and crazy, scary looking. I love it.
Okay.
But
Oh!
I don't know what her wand looks like.
Witchy Poo's the Warner Brothers cartoon witch?
I was just thinking Witchy Poo from that old cartoon. Am I
Okay.
thinking something wrong?
No. I'm just... You're saying the old cartoon, so I'm thinking it's the witch that always wanted to cook Bugs Bunny or...
No, I was thinking
That's not
it's
Witchy
like a
Poo?
live
Okay.
action black and... I don't even know if it's black and white. Some of them were.
Okay,
Some of them
that's
were
fine.
color. But I also worked at a costume shop, so I did some weird costumes that I'm like, oh.
Right.
I know the costume more than I know the
Not a problem.
reference material. Zero Obstacles says it was awesome meeting you in person also. So
Thank you. Yes, it was awesome meeting you. And
yes, it was the person you thought it was.
I was highly impressed with your PVC backpack frame. So he's got those giant wings, right? Which the backpack itself, he said later on, weighed like 21 pounds, which I assume has all of the air pump and whatever else stuff in
Yeah.
it, or canned air, whatever he's doing.
Okay, but it's a backpack.
It's
I
a
can
backpack.
support supporting the weight.
So there was a PVC frame. He needed assistance that could take it off him and then put it on this frame, so it was actually up and the wingtips didn't hit the ground and it was all safe.
I know what you're talking about because you posted a picture.
Yep.
That's how I know.
Yep.
That makes
Of course
a
I
lot of sense.
posted a picture. It's
Yeah.
behind the scenes stuff I'm impressed with.
Right? So when I was in 3rd grade, my backpack weighed more than I did.
I believe that. I remember high
And
school.
I was just standing in line and I fell backwards just because the weight got shifted.
Yep.
And that's how I broke my wrist.
Oh. Wow. And
I
you're still
chipped-
doing gymnastics?
Yeah, no, I'm very fragile. I chipped my wrist because I had a heavy backpack.
I would venture to guess that my backpack in college weighs more than you did too.
So I'm just imagining those wings. I'm like, I would just get one gust.
Oh yeah, he was inside. Oh, and that was fun. The wings, of course, they're all foam, right? I'm not quite sure if they're EVA foam or pink foam, but they were all foam, and you have to have a little bit of distance between the parts because you don't want foam rubbing on foam. I mean, you can do it, but it's erasing itself. So he has that little bit of play that when he had the packs on, it was fully extended. He could kind of do this, and the wings just had enough play. They would do a little bit of this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, and they weren't supposed to. He didn't want to do it on purpose. I'm sure because you endanger
You don't
it.
want to flap.
But just for a quick little thing while someone's shooting video, it looked really good.
Make a good boomerang.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. But that's what I imagine, just me falling over.
Yep.
Brooke Pearson says the Pan movie was on the telly yesterday. I don't know if that had anything to do with the anniversary.
Okay.
Miss Mary Mac says, I think the next year Peter Pan will be 70 years old next year.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll be a year early because I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah. Raymond Alvarez says, our Puffin stuff might be the one you were thinking. HR Puffin stuff might be the one you're thinking of. That's the one I was thinking of. HR Puffin stuff.
That's got Witchy Poo?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I...
Okay.
It's more a costume
Man.
that I've done than the show that I've seen, if that makes sense.
It's been so long since I watched HR Puffin stuff.
Yeah.
I did though. That was stuff I watched. Banana Splits. That was a live action Sid and Marty Krofft. There was a production company that did a lot of like the large mascot costume live action Saturday morning shows. But they did one called Banana Splits where they drove around in go-karts and they were just goofy characters and they were more like the in-between story between cartoons. Anyway,
I like Bananas and Pajamas for their theme song, so there's that.
there you go. A couple of years ago, there was a Banana Splits movie. It was a horror movie. It was a completely different take on the whole. It was the right characters. It was the right costumes. All new versions. But it was a splatter horror movie.
Sounds intriguing.
I've seen the trailer. I have yet to sit down and actually watch it. It's like, oh, this sounds like all sorts of wrong and fun.
So there's that. Adaptable Gamers Incorporated.
That's a great name.
Hola, Odin. It is zombie prevention again.
Ah, hello.
Just wanted to say hi and thank you for the tips on the nunchucks. They work great, and the doggy, so cute. The coat make us want burgers, LOL. Right.
Right.
Well, he looks delicious. Just he looks like a good little hot dog.
Right.
I don't know. That shirt's a little small on him, but he looks so fly in it. I love it.
Hey, look, everyone! I'm using scissors. Sorry.
That's okay. I can, if you cut those out, I can help you cut them out. Zero Obstacle says 12-volt electronic linear articulators.
Oh, really? Is that what it was?
Actuators.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Actuators. I'm making up words.
That makes sense. That's cool.
Here, I'll get my own scissors. And Richard, so Witchy Poo is from the Huff and Puff is the show from the 60s. The witch that tries to cook Bugs Bunnies is Witch Hazel. Witch Hazel, that makes sense. I love her.
That does make sense.
Yeah, so, yeah. I have pictures of me dressed up as Witchy Poo. That, I don't think they're on the internet, though.
It's probably intentional. No, it probably just didn't happen because of the timing.
Right. I don't post a lot of photos. I take a lot of photos. You think I post a lot of photos, I don't. Maria Schoonmaker says, I'm not really into Peter Pan. Okay.
Okay, that happens.
Steve D seems like food is the topic of the day again. Therefore, what's for lunch?
No plans yet, but I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be quick.
Egg salad sandwiches on my part because we
go.
have a whole lot of hard-boiled eggs that are all dyed, and I'm ready for some tie-dyed egg salad.
Honestly, I have up in my office, just so I don't eat out all the time, I've got a rice cooker because there's no actual proper kitchen here at the media center. Static electricity is fun. I'm probably gonna just make some curry. I'll cook some rice and then take a packet of curry stuff and put it on it, and that'll be lunch. With some canned chicken because.
And that's how Odin makes.
It's way more financially responsible than anything that comes out of a window. Yeah,
So
hungry.
Mario Shoemaker says this year's the 45th anniversary of Star Wars, and next year's the 30th anniversary of Power Rangers and Jurassic Park.
Oh, interesting.
So start planning some fun things.
Alex from Comic Command Center. Comic Command Center is a comic shop out in Truxell. It's a city that's a bit northeast of Sacramento. It's still touching, but anyway.
They have this clothing line that's called.
They have this clothing line. Alex reminded me that anytime I wanted to come by the shop, he's happy to loan me his full set of the Power Ranger coins for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So we can actually get the coins to continue building Power Ranger props, because that is a stumbling block for me.
It's getting those coins.
Getting those coins,
I
right.
have all the base layer stuff for the pink Power Ranger. I haven't built it up yet or anything. But.
And then I've also got the invitation and the possibility for maybe making Rita's staff, so I need to make that happen.
I think she needs a staff.
Oh, I know she needs a staff.
Yeah, so Power Rangers, those gotta happen.
So
especially
Power
with that
Rangers.
cool theme song you got.
Yeah, definitely want to use that some more.
You okay with it?
Oh, it's just I've got enough static electricity. I go to set it down and it comes up with my finger. And I set it down and it's stuck to me.
Okay.
It's like, could you stay on the Proton Pack? That'd be awesome.
Hot glue?
I was just gonna super glue it.
All right.
As long as we don't zip kick it, as long as we don't use an accelerator on it and are a little sparing, it shouldn't frost the translucence.
That's the only part that I was worried about, is it seeping out and getting on the... Okay. Well, then I will let you do that.
Okay.
So I don't crust it up.
I'm gonna have some more super glue. Ooh, there was a guy at the con. He was one of the ones that sold a lot of foam swords and a lot of the cosplay weapons, because there's usually a couple of dealers that do that, but this guy's got a ton of stuff. Wore a Pikachu hat the whole time. I think the second day I walked over to talk to Scott about the Star Wars thing, and he was talking to him and talking about, oh yeah, when I worked for the Kyoto Brothers and we were using this crazy paint stuff that we had to use on whatever, you know, Kyoto Brothers was the effects house that did Killer Clowns from Outer Space. They did Large Marge stop animation for Pee-wee's Big Adventure. They did the Tyrannosaurus Rex stop animation for RoboCop, right? They did, I think they did not Tremors, they did Critters. So he worked for this company working on stuff. And then he later on went on to work at Stan Winston and worked on Jurassic Park painting some of the dinosaurs. And he talked about this goes back to safety gear. At that time, he read the safety materials for the stuff they were painting with, because a lot of it, the materials we have to work with now, especially as cosplayers, is way safer than what they had in the 90s or the 80s. And
I always think of the Tin Man.
Yeah, exactly. There's stuff that they were painting with, like the RoboCop suit was incredibly toxic to paint in order to make the paint stick to the urethane outer shell.
Dang metallics.
Yeah, right?
Might be bad for your lungs or something.
To protect himself, he had gotten an oxygen mask like you'd wear at the hospital and hooked it up to a large bubbler that you use for a fish tank. So here's a pump that's designed to pump air into a fish tank, right? So it's not some pumps require water anyway. So he was having, which he had on a long line hooked up like outside or somewhere else, pumping fresh air for him to breathe while he's working these chemicals. And sometimes he still put a respirator over it as well. And all of his coworkers made fun of him. Even Stan Winston's comment was, whatever, you're gonna die someday. And well, Stan Winston passed away, and a lot of his friends have visible nerve damage and problems because they refuse to wear safety gear. One of the things he talked about was there was this stuff you'd mix up with, like this thing that would kill you with something else that would kill you with a pretty color, and you could spray it for half an hour or so, but it would start to set up inside the thing, and then it would come out more like incredibly lightweight silly string, and it would just hang in the air. And you said it was really pretty, but that was just a little cloud of death hanging in the room, and so he had fresh air to breathe. So when we're not wearing a mask, keep in mind it's not good for the camera. It's not a good example for all of you. I'm sorry, but we do have an air duct right here that's always on, and it's blowing fresh air in from the other room. So not the same as wearing a mask and 100% you're only getting fresh air. We are getting fresh air dumped down on top of us.
We're trying.
Now I'll go back to huffing super glue. But I just thought that was really interesting. You know, it's a sad story because people got hurt, but just the idea of the stuff hanging in the air and I still see it. I mean, I was doing it too, where I don't want to wear safety gear. This stuff it's not even the mask for COVID stuff. It's just in general. It's hot. It's restrictive. I can't see as well.
My dad is a mechanic, and he's never worn gloves working on cars in his life. Well, maybe once or twice, but I'm just saying he doesn't. I've seen his hands clean twice, maybe 3 times in my entire life.
Right.
You know, he just is like, it's...
Yeah.
So, that's my example.
Yeah, pretty much. That's not a bad example.
I've spray painted my hands several times.
Oh, yeah. I've spray painted. When I didn't have the color I needed for my cosplay, I've spray painted my arms.
Not on purpose. I just was not.
I do not recommend that.
No. That's not a good idea. Bruno, I love you, but this is why I don't bring you to nice streams. He is not accepting this.
Did you hear that? She said this is a nice stream.
This is why we cannot have nice streams.
Well, we've got 16 minutes. I'll try and get all this stuff glued on, and then we can play around with mail.
If you hand me the second super glue, I can pretend to help.
Okay. It's up to you. I'm happy to do them all if you like, if you're worried about getting too much on there. I'm just doing a small bead around the outside.
Just have nice crust.
You're okay, Bruno. The world will still be out there ready for your pee when you're ready to go outside.
I think he actually might need to use the bathroom.
All right.
Is the back gate closed? Because who knows?
I can look.
I'll go let him out, and then I'll be
Okay.
back.
You know, Bruno's one of those guys that loves to go leave his mark on everything. There was a point in time when I was joking with Ellis about, well, that's doggy Facebook, right? Someone else had a post. He wants to go put his like on it. So, you know. There's no way I'm going to be able to talk and sound smart and put glue on at the same time. The gate was closed?
No, yeah, the gate was closed, so
Good.
I let them run around outside.
Good, good, good.
Yeah, they happy.
Good. Unfortunately, Bruno can fit through the gate and get to Ashley's dogs, but
They're saying hi right now.
yeah, hopefully he won't run in and get them all riled up.
That's what he's doing right now. You hear it?
Oh, yeah.
Give him a few more minutes. James Allen. Bruno just wants to be on the stream. He does.
Yes, he does. He knows his butt's famous.
He just wants to eat. Like, I don't know. He's just... It's a Bruno.
It's Bruno.
Yes. Adam Turbiano says, Felicia, you have your nice birdie scissors necklace. Yes, yes I do.
And I had another one of your pairs of the birdie scissors at the con. We're using them for cosplay repair.
Yeah, these things are handy, aren't they? I bought them because they were cute and I wanted to put them on a pair of earrings, so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you very much, by the way, for driving out and bringing me the sewing machine.
Welcome.
I actually didn't use it on anyone's cosplay for cosplay repair, but that doesn't mean it didn't get used. But I did fix Mechagodzilla. I added another little piece.
I saw you fixed the knees.
Yeah. So the legs, everything just hangs, right, on Mechagodzilla on the legs. Artist talking about what bugs me. So what I ended up doing was sewing a wee bit of backpack webbing strapping to the back of the front of the thighs. So this is like right down if you were to follow the princess seam, because Mechagodzilla's totally got a princess seam.
I know you were laughing every time I said, "Oh yeah, just follow the princess seam and then this line."
That's
It's like he listens.
That's exactly where it was. So it was just a little strap which kept the accordion for the hip movement, because with gravity everything just falls down, and the knees totally collapse and the calves completely sit on top of the feet. By picking up the front, it's now causing the thighs to tilt a little bit, which open the knees up in the front, and he has a much better stance on that PVC frame.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was night and day difference.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you do this because I just glued my finger too.
Sure. Here you
Almost getting it on
You
where
wanna
the lens will be
You want to
seen.
glue the front Fruit Loops on?
I can do Fruit Loops.
Okay.
That I can do.
So we're going to talk about food.
Stephen D says, I got a feeling that after you open the mail, there'll be not a lot more done on the Proton Pack. LOL.
You're probably right, Steven. There's I don't know, it might go quick because I know one of these giant boxes is just a single thing, and there's no need to assemble it, because one of the boxes is the retail box. I can totally see what it is. There's no need to actually go through with doing the whole thing on the stream. It's just exciting that it showed up.
Yay.
And honestly,
Sucks.
it's overkill compared to what I was kind of thought I was asking for, and because Ryobi lets me ask for stuff, which is amazing, and definitely something I do not want to take advantage of. I'm really very happy with my my sponsorship that I currently have with Ryobi. I really like the tools, and
All
I
your
do
new toys
not
are fun.
want to take advantage of that and upset those poor people. So everyone, please help sponsor Ryobi by going to Home Depot and picking up the fantastic freaking glue gun. Someone else talked about it at the con. It's like, I want one of those. Like, Depot has it. It's cheap.
Right?
it really doesn't cost more than the other ones I've gotten that have cords. They're all. It's a comparable. Yeah.
It is a good product, especially for what it is, and traveling around is amazing. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of glue guns that are worth more than the dollar store. Just it's disposable junk.
Yep.
But I really like all the bells and whistles on both versions of the
Yeah.
glue guns. Yeah, I saw a cosplay repair guy going around and his glue gun broke, and so he's using a lighter to melt the glue sticks. And I'm just like,
Wow.
I'm like, dude, I feel you, but
Wow.
yeah. there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah. Realizing there's a need to make a... we got one viewer who was actually crocheting a cosplay repair sign, but probably need to go ahead and get a banner that's...
That advertises the repair aspect of...
yeah, advertises the repair aspect of it, puts at least my logo on it. You know, if
Yeah.
Ryobi wants to help sponsor the cost of the banner, I'll put the Ryobi logo on it. But, you know, that's not important. That's not...
But yeah, now it's a thing.
Now it's a thing. It's definitely something we needed to do because we got up to the Roseville Center and it wasn't obvious at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also.
Well, you weren't doing it at the SAC anime.
Well, no, it was SAC Anime. I was supposed to be doing it. We want that.
My reflexes aren't what they used to be.
It's all the fumes.
I got sticked. This one's the most off of all of them, so I'm okay with that one being.
That was the most off.
Yeah, at the center of the donut, it's
Oh.
slightly to this side. Most of the donuts are pretty good. This one I just can see
Is there-
slide off.
Is there another 33 in there that looks good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm gonna need one more. These all looks okay.
Okay.
Not that I really checked. I just grabbed. Oh, I got 8. Moving on. But
Right.
I hear you.
No, it's like of all of them, that one just, I noticed a little bit difference. Yeah.
So yeah, apologies to everyone that it isn't like a hardcore building. We're not rushing through this. That we're spending as much or more time talking to you or talking about what we did than actually just getting stuff done. But honestly, I think that's what's fun about the live stream.
Yeah, and these things do take forever. And a day.
And a day.
Yes, especially if you add electronics.
Yeah. It was one of the things that Ghostbusters talked about. Even them who
Yeah.
doing it on their own time, putting it together at their own pace, still will spend months building their pack.
Yeah, and they understand the time.
Yeah.
It's like all of them have their dream pack that they're still building. It's
Yes.
never a complete project.
No.
It's like, all right, and I'm working one. I have my metal one, but now I want to make it out of foam.
And then at home, I'm working on the sliming backpack from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, and then the cartoon version. Anyways.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see. You want to let this? Is it potty time? Yes.
Yes.
I should let them back in. Stephen Hall says, Odin, just remember not to cross streams.
Crossing the streams is bad.
And Strauss88 says, hey Odin, hope you're well. Just wondering what electronics you'll be using in the packs. Did you just explain that?
I did not. I'm going to buy some more of... there's 1 or 2 different Adafruit processor boards I want to get. They're both Bluetooth compatible. There's the Feather LE and the Itsy Bitsy Bluetooth. Or something. I'm using the wrong name, but that's the right idea. We'll be getting a pair of those because then we can program them on the fly through Bluetooth using Baconics as a programming language.
Yeah.
And we don't actually have to open the packs back up to change anything.
Hopefully if these worked out.
Yeah, if these worked out. Now,
Right.
if we messed up the soldering, then
We'll see.
we'll be opening up the packs.
I'm going to go let the dogs back in.
Okay. That actually looks really good, though. I'm. Gotten some. That sort of works. I wonder if it's going to look any better on number 2. Problem with number 2 is the camera's not aimed exactly the right spot, so I got table in the way. One. Now I'll reach up and I'll turn on the focus assist on camera 4. There we go. It's settling because I touched it. There we are. Now it's not going to make us too sick. So we've got our. This is just what I'm using for the red cover is just some red PVC film that I picked up from Tap Plastics. I'm sure they're not the only ones that sell it. but you saw we could cut it with scissors. So it's not lighting gel, it's heavier than lighting gel, and it's PVC, so super glue sticks to it fine. You could actually use PVC glue if you wanted to. Yeah, I've used this in a couple of other projects. I've actually had this bit of film for years. I'm still working through it because I think that's as wide as it is. It's only 24 inches wide, but I had bought 6 or 8 feet when I got it because it wasn't that much to buy. And I've still got this, and this is probably old enough to drink. That's how old this paper, that PVC is. A little while ago, Matthewson was saying, I love your channel. Your Thor Hammer video helped me make my own Thor Hammer prop. It turned out pretty good. Keep doing you, bro. You're awesome. Thank you. With the new trailer out, there's a new hammer coming.
Getting excited.
That's going to happen. Oh, yeah, I was excited.
It just dropped right before the stream, so.
J period. Cosplay repair with Odin Makes and Ryobi. It's a nice with and, just like in movie credits. DJ Stumpy says, hi all.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Fruit Loop down, Fruit Loop down.
Yeah, it fell.
Thank you. The Real Malarkey says, hi everybody.
Hello.
And yeah, Bruce Newell is warning us about total protonic reversal in all caps. One
can only hope, right?
And Fabian is saying they really appreciate our videos because it shows that everything doesn't have to be perfect.
It never is.
It is when you're editing a video and want to put a video together, it is almost easy and ego-wise preferred that everything's perfect.
Because you only have to show so much on the camera.
Right.
The camera doesn't have to see all your mistakes.
Yeah, no. The viewer has no idea you spent an extra 2 days fixing something because you glued it wrong. And in no way at all am I bad-mouthing anybody else who just wants to go through the project and show how to put it together correctly. I like showing the mistakes. It was something DIY Prop Shop brought up, and then I realized why they wanted to do it. Learning how to get out of a problem is almost as important as knowing how to get what you want to begin with. Yeah. So,
Not
you're
just
welcome.
ripping things off using a solvent.
Yeah.
How long did it take me to learn that one? We won't talk about.
Julian Turner says, should be an easy hammer to make that Mjolnir, though, wouldn't it? Because it's just a cracked version of the old one with the LEDs put inside.
You say this now.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Yeah, but it'll be fun. It'll be fun.
But that's what my brain always does. Oh, it's just this.
Yep. No, it'll be, yeah.
Yeah, you were getting excited. Look at the hit. I already did that. And I know what to do that. Yep.
Honestly, that is what I'm going to do. My brain also says, oh, you could put the processor inside and you can tell when it has an impact. So you can have a motion sensor and then it could like do a white flash and you can do all this stuff with it. No, it's going to glow blue.
In a week?
It's going to glow blue. It's going to glow blue. And I'm going to use the exact same handle pattern that I used for my first one. Because it's supposed to be the same one. I got to go over to Tandy and buy some more Mjolnir conchos.
Yeah.
Hopefully still have
Can't
them.
use foam yoga blocks this time.
Nope, that is true. I have to use something slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, not a problem.
But
Lots of
the fun.
plastizo.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Train again.
So we are almost to 1. Should we start?
Would it, Groot is asking if it would it have worked to use push button lens covers for the lights, or isn't that movie accurate? That probably is movie accurate. I didn't even look because the whole thought from day one was, oh, I'll put my PVC film on it.
You would get a more of a concave structure, but I honestly am not upset with the way this looks. Seeing the really cool ones that were up in person and having the one little LED light poking through.
Right.
This already, I don't know if there's depth into it. We'll have to see how well it lights up, but it is already reflecting the light back. This light that's coming in back out that way, so it already is a little...
Yeah, it already is a little funky. And
you can definitely see the flatness of it.
There we are.
There we go.
Yeah, perfect.
So, I think in real life, once we get all the other greebles, it's not going to be that big of a deal.
No.
But I could see using just ripped up flashlights to make 4 flashlights to make this happen.
Yeah.
There's a million ways to do anything.
Right. And they probably were ripped up flashlights. Well, acrylic was easy enough to get as well. They could have just
This would be on set.
Yeah, they could have just cut circles out of red transparent red acrylic.
Oh,
Yep.
Julian Turner says, don't forget the new Thor helmet to make. You got
Oh, yeah.
excited about that, too.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for an official Mighty Thor helmet image because we've had concept art, we've had package art for the toys. We have the toy version, but it's the little action figure that is not the. I would totally use the Sideshow Toys version because they're super accurate. But you know, when the movie sticks with what they said they were going to use, because toys take like a year or so to actually produce before the movie comes out. It's probably shorter now, but it used to be. Anyway, yeah, I'm super excited. There's actually an image, and you can actually see. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Yeah, looking forward to the next. It's Taika Waititi again. I'm looking forward to the Thor. Yeah.
I definitely like the Thor versions of that franchise.
Yep.
He's one of my more favorite storylines.
Yeah, and Thor and Hulk are both always better in ensemble films when they have other characters around them. They're
To
not
play off of.
Yeah, they're not the solo character, and this one's got a lot of other characters in it, so this should be a lot of fun.
Ones that I really like, too.
Right.
So, yay! I mean, I'm not geeking out. You're geeking out.
No, I'm not geeking out. I'm not at all excited that the new Thor trailer came out. Oh, not at all. Mail time. Woo! All right.
All right, let's do this. In those boxes.
Yeah.
Start with the little one? Or start with the big one?
Oh, that's too heavy.
Uh-oh. Just gonna scooch over this way.
That's not packed very well at all.
Bruno's interested in what you're doing. Careful.
Well, I'm still kind of trying to figure out how to move this around. So here's 3 of the boxes.
We just got a little bit of mail. That's all.
This is everything that showed up today. This isn't even the stuff that showed up last week. What showed up while I was at the con, we got the batteries that we need for the battery-operated vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
The Ryobi 40-volt battery, which actually has been sitting here. No, may not have been up for me. But they didn't just send me batteries. I thought they were just going to send me batteries. No, they sent me a leaf blower that came with 2 batteries and a charger. And when I first pulled it out of the box, even before I put the snoot on it, right, because the snoot comes off, when it was just this, I put the battery on. I'm not going to run it because it's a lot quieter than a leaf blower, but the microphone's right there. I'm not going to turn this thing on.
We're not going to do that to you.
But I turned it on, and it was 30 feet away, moving the light and blowing stuff off the shelf. So it's like, all right, this is cool.
That'll get some dust busting.
Oh, yeah, it made all sorts of stuff airborne. So, yeah, next time Gonzo wants to blow up a 6-foot inflatable ball to stick the singer in it, like we did for, I don't know how, yeah, and you're done. So anyway, that was one of the things that showed up. Thank you, Ryobi. Here's the one that I don't even think we need to necessarily unpack because we can see what it is.
Oh my gosh, that is exciting. That is going to make cutting PVC so much easier.
Right. They asked if there was anything I was after, if there was anything I wanted, and they actually had a
Odin toys.
Odin toys. It's a battery-operated circular chop saw that uses the 7.5-inch blades. This is the ones that go in the circular saws you use for cutting plywood, right? So it's a smaller saw. It's like, oh, that'd be great. Be easy to put on the table. I could cut the PVC pipes. I don't have to do it with the bandsaw and sand it down and everything else. And so I just asked. I didn't really specify. They sent me the biggest one they had. This is a 10-inch blade. It still runs off the Ryobi 1 battery. And then also...
What? That's awesome.
Yeah,
Sorry, I got the...
Right, it's still... Yeah, because you've played with plenty of these. Yeah. So it's battery operated still, and it's the type that it's a compound miter saw that also does the pull thing, right? Where it travels. There's a name for that, and I'm forgetting what that is. Sliding design provides maximum capacity for up to 12-inch cross cuts. It's like... and a 10-inch blade can do a 4x4, so... thank you, Ryobi. And it still works with their stand. They have there's a foldable stand they make for their plug-in one that this is compatible with.
That is...
Right. It's more and more... I'm getting really set up to be able to do Smosh set stuff again without Smosh.
I was going to say, this is all the crap we needed when we were actually doing this professionally. But both of us, neither of us do this anymore.
Right.
Sorry, Bruno and Toby are right here.
Yeah, so I'm walking around Toby and Bruno. But, yeah.
Like, we can go on full production mode now.
Very much so. This is, yeah. 18-inch brushless 10-inch sliding compound miter saw.
And I am super impressed that it's just on the batteries.
Yeah, it's just on the batteries. It says it gets like 500 cuts per charge per battery, which is a lot.
I am genuinely loving this battery system. It's been...
Yeah, and I'm generally loving the whatever the motor, electric motor they figured out.
The brushless motor. They have a picture of it right there.
But they figured out how to get the torque and the power without just draining the batteries dead. Because when they made, I had a little 4-inch battery operated handsaw back when battery operated tools were brand new, and it could make like 4 cuts.
Yeah. But those batteries are obsolete by now.
Oh, in a big way.
Yes.
Hi, sir. How's it going? Yeah, let's have some more tea, because I'm not excited enough.
Right. If you guys aren't excited, Bruno's tail is.
Right. He's got all the excited for you. Alrighty.
Yes.
So let's save the little one for last, because that doesn't say TTI on it. So the other two are both from Ryobi. Which one would you like to do next? The
one on the bottom, because it's the most difficult to reach. Bruno, we're going to ship you to Timbuktu.
Sweet! Actually not.
That's where they sent Edgar from Aristocats. I just watched that this weekend.
Oh, okay. Is it?
Yeah, he sends them to Timbuktu. Well, he tries to, but then he ends up shipping himself.
If you were a cat, you'd be super excited by this, wouldn't you? Oh!
I get excited about these.
I love the shipping that these guys do. What's let me well, darn it, it's on Zoom. What's in the box? Well, a multi-tool, a Ryobi knife. Oh, there's more. Okay. Oh, good. There's a few in here. So there's a few Ryobi quick change hobby knives. So
cool,
you
because I'm
definitely
stealing
get
this one.
Totally. Anything else? No. And a handsaw. And that's it in this box.
Bruno, you got a new house. Look at you, Bruno. That's your box.
That's cool. That's a 20-inch handsaw. Nice.
I'm already opening this.
All right, quick change hobby knife. I'm excited about the quick change hobby knife too.
Right? It's triangulated.
Right?
What do I mean by triangulated?
The body is in a rough triangular shape, probably so it won't roll away from you.
I thought it was so it's better to grip.
Well,
Like those little the things that you slide on pencils so that you can grip them better. Oh, that's good. It's like a pencil. You can hold it. Not that I always would.
Okay.
But it's
Yeah.
you can like get in. Anyways, I'm appreciating.
So Ryobi is expanding their hobby range.
That's awesome. Sorry, if you need to get.
It's articulated?
It's articulated.
Is that the right word? It bends.
And you can lock it and unlock it, so you can. Hand fits the shape of the hand.
What does it?
For this, especially if you the pinky out, so you balance it.
Oh, there we go. I did it the wrong way.
See, look at that.
Oh, okay.
Feel. Sorry, just using this tool. I'm like, oh, this fits my hand. Bruno, I love you, but you gotta go. Cause I'm gonna add a blade to this.
Okay, so.
So it locks into place, so you can have a stick.
Quick change. That's how you change it. Instead of twisting it,
unlocks, and then it opens up all the things.
It opens up all the things you can put the knife in. So it isn't necessarily
meant to be open like this and
open,
use this.
yeah, like you're
you
talking
couldn't,
about.
but I was like, hey, that's exciting. It's not that bad to do it like this, but I was just.
But yeah, and then. Oh yeah, okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm totally keeping.
I had no idea. That's cool. Thank you, Ryobi, for making more hobby tools.
Ooh, it's fancy.
I mean, I'll drop them in point first, which is like the wrong thing to do with brand new blades. Everyone on the
Quick
internet just
change
screamed
hobby
at me.
knife. Unlock switch, fold rear handle, remove blade using gloves. That's convenient.
Okay.
I'm enjoying this.
This is really cool. I love the fact that that's what was in the big box. All right, what's in the other?
I'm opening up the
What's that?
multi-tool.
Oh, please, oh yeah, open the multi-tool.
You can open the other box. Go for
Okay.
it. I just was getting into this.
I forgot about the multi-tool. I got excited about the hobby knife.
I was excited about the multi-tool. If I could open it.
That's-
If I
I
had
did
this
this-
tool that could help me open this.
If Ryobi only made a tool that helped us open up blister packaging.
Don't worry, we're just live.
There's a pair of scissors on the table.
I know, but my heart hurts cutting this plastic with scissors.
Oh, okay. Even those
shitty ones.
those shitty Harbor Freight scissors. Those that came in a 5-pack of scissors for Harbor Freight for like $8. So I suppose they're slightly better than dollar scissors. Maybe. Do you want the titanium ones?
Nah, I still
Did you
can't
get
open it.
Wow.
So Shady Dragon has a $1.99 super chat that says $50, and Shady Dragon says $49.99 super chat. So wow,
right.
and thank you.
Thank you, Shady.
And Mickey Rat says I look away for a minute and suddenly there's a doggo.
Yep. Hey, Mickey Rat, since you have a low-power radio station and you actually stream, can you remind us or let us know exactly what your station is? So if we want to listen to your station anywhere in the world, we can. I think it's actually really cool that Mickey Rat's doing the low power. It hits all of Midtown. He was telling us.
Yeah.
So.
No, I was impressed. Sci-Fi Samurai says, when in doubt, pinkies out. Yep. I use it for balancing when I do makeup, so there's that.
Oh. Cool.
Schultz Division says, remember to leave a like on the stream.
Yes. And apparently there's a new like animation. When you hit that button, there's something new to be rewarded by.
Ooh, they're spring-loaded.
Yeah, I saw that. They have a little...
Scissors! My favorite. I've never actually needed to use the scissors on the little things, but I always want them to have the scissors.
I've got a, and they use the scissors on this probably more than anything else.
We got a nail file, can opener.
Probably an
Yeah.
actual file as well, not just a nail file. And I bet there's other little things.
Yes, but who uses those other than no? I'm teasing.
Pretty much, no, I am.
Yeah.
If I've got a weird bite or chink out of my nail, I'll just pick at it like this all day until I hurt myself. So no, I definitely trim my nails.
Two different can opener thingies.
Right. Well, yeah, can opener, and then it's just a little blade, isn't it? Or,
Well, that looks like for opening up cans.
huh.
Like if you were to stick it in a can and you.
Okay. I do see the stop. Is
Because
it a
this
leather
is a
punch?
blade.
Yeah.
That would also be a leather punch with the hook, so you could probably sew with that if you knew how to, but.
Right. I see there's an actual blade on there too.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking it was for the cans. Here's a little knife.
And
Needs to be sharpened, but it's not that bad.
And a Phillips.
Yeah, a little cross blade. I know he's the one with the name, but. And then a little flat blade with another can opener. That's a
probably the
popular
bottle
design.
opener, probably.
And a little saw! I like the saw ones because they cut through things.
Right.
I like rope.
teeth per inch.
Yeah, everybody has one of these on set in their pockets.
Oh, yeah.
I always steal them from people.
Yep.
Because I never bother having my own. I just steal them. And it has a little tiny case.
Well, that's interesting. They got
Does it
Torx.
have a belt loop? Yep.
Yes, it has a belt loop. It's all put together with Torx screws. It's not put together with Phillips screws, so it's actually a little more interesting. I mean, it looks cool because those types of screws. Torx is a 6-sided star, but
Oh my gosh, one.
they're like a safety screw because they don't come on tools like this typically, so it's not something you can just easily undo.
Right. That one set I built where the guy used half of those screws, half the cross blades.
Right.
And there was no rhyme or reason to.
No.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like he put a bunch of screws in. Oh, that's not enough. I'll do some more screws. Oh, I'm out. Oh, I'll use these. So I put a bunch in again. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah, that's what when I see those stars, I just go, why though? Why mix them? Just choose one for one project. One per project.
I think this is going to be another box of fun little stuff.
I like little stuff. Oh, are you gonna?
Nope, you're good. You got it? Turn it around for you. It's a bit of a stretch, even for me.
A bucket!
It's a bucket! Sorry, is that all that's in there?
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool.
A
Level.
level.
Oh, it's actually has a
The measuring.
measuring arm marked on the side.
It's not a toy, Odin. Keep away from children.
Buckets are totally a toy. So, I made a spacesuit in 98, 99, and in order to make it easy for the helmet to come on and off, because I got a bubble from an old hairdryer, like the 50s. So that was my faceplate. I took 2 5-gallon buckets and cut them off because they would still nest together. So on one of the buckets, that fit over my shoulders and my head came through the hole. And then on the bottom of the helmet was the other bucket that you could easily nest into it, and then just decorate it at the sides. And that's how I
You've
took my
talked about that one before.
that's how I made my spacesuit. So yeah, it's totally a toy. No, Felicia, I'm your father. Hopefully that sounds as good to people outside as it does to me inside.
My question is why does this need to be shock absorbing?
Because when you drop it, especially on a corner, you could knock it out of square. And if you're going to trust that to be level, and you got a corner that goes, now it's not going to sit level.
That's good to know.
Yep.
I was
that's
like,
why.
it's featured here, so why would that be
It's
a thing?
Feature. The fact that I got a branded bucket.
It's magnetic, precision machine, shock absorbing, and with a point something accuracy.
So I would definitely say we open these in the right order.
Yeah. I want a
'Cause-
laser level.
Right. Well, they make those. They're
Yeah,
cool.
no, Keegan's
Yeah.
the one who would always pull it out because I would test myself, get it straight,
Right.
and whenever he pulls out his thing, see, I was straight. I have a good eye, but at the same time, the laser levels.
I would always see how crooked I was. So I'm always crooked. There was the Batman waiting in line for the amusement park.
Yeah.
Right. They're like gonna jump line but won't do it because that's what Joker does. There's all these signs that I had to make and put up to make it. Yeah. So I hung up these 6 signs that the camera could catch from different angles, and every one of them was exactly the same. Off. I just
All
hope
the
I had
same
cricket
direction?
too much. All the same direction. They were all the same. They were all
I
the same.
typically
off.
use my hand and I do the fingers for
Okay.
natural things. So, like when you do flowers and other things, you use your hand and it grows in those directions.
Okay.
And then when you have them going both ways, you can go this way, that way.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my visual when I
Sure.
have to set things.
Well, I was thinking you were talking about use your hand because you can tell which one's going to be straight up and down more than the others to help.
Well, it's so you
But-
can have different angles.
Yeah. I didn't want different angles for the signs. They all needed to be up and down because they were all warning signs about not jumping the line and keeping your hands inside
Oh,
the
so
car.
they all needed to be
They all
level.
needed to be level and nice. Yeah.
I thought you were like trying to post
No.
signs. Okay, you needed them.
I needed to be hung up like they were. Yeah.
Okay.
And they
yeah.
were all wrong. Every one of them. And they're all wrong in exactly the same way. So you were talking about getting a vacuum cleaner that fit on a bucket.
Yeah. Because I wanted it for the kitchen. I know it's a silly thing, but just
No.
rinse it out. But that's what we were talking about before the stream.
Right.
Random. But you have a bucket now.
I have a bucket. I have a branded bucket. Well, of all the...
Does it have a lid?
No, it didn't have a lid. Not in that box, anyway. But I know where I can get a lid that pops on and can screw on.
It's the same size as every other bucket.
Yeah, yes. And this one... Oh, 5 gallons to the third rib down from the top of pail. So that's the 5-gallon mark. Okay. Right.
Not the very top.
Not the very top, exactly. Third rib down from top of pail, yeah. And then it tells me again in Spanish, which I can't read. I can, kind of understand it. There's no way I could read it aloud without sounding like a jerk. Yeah, cool. Cool. I guess we got more. I'm
got
excited.
toys.
I got toys. I got a bucket.
Right. I used to have one of these on my keychain. Just the little ones.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Just a little thing, just a little keychain. One of those real acrylic squares that it's just the thing.
Yeah.
So it was just a.
So it's not one of those. Oh, that's why your purse is so big.
No, not that. That's not one of those ones. But
Oh, look at that. The table's not too bad.
No, it's really not. There are definitely hills and valleys, but it
Yeah.
goes across the hills.
Well, there's a piece of aluminum here that gives a flat spot to work on, but then the aluminum runs out, and then we've got, which at some point in time in the future, I will buy a full size piece of aluminum that I can put underneath the cutting board, so the whole cutting board becomes flat. But the table that Dad built, which by the way, this brown table we're always working on, this table is as old as I am. My dad built this. This was the coffee table I grew up with. But it's got a very...
It's a little taller now.
It's a little taller now. Yeah, it grew too. Yeah, it had wrought iron feet. It only stood about that tall off the ground. He made these 4-inch wide curly cube wrought iron pieces, and that was the feet for the table. Many Legos have been built on this table.
Yeah. And then it was like a pirate desk for Smosh.
Yeah, it was a pirate desk, and it was a table at Castle Black.
Yeah, it's been in a few. It's famous.
Yeah, but now that I'm doing stuff where I really want it to be smooth, I need to make it smooth. So
Right.
one of these days I'll get another piece of aluminum put underneath. This is actually a piece of diamond plate aluminum underneath the cutting board. It's just flat side up. But anyway, yeah, details on set.
Right. Moon Eyes 2K gave you 100 SEKs.
Really?
Yeah. It
Oh.
says missed most, but I'm sure. But I was here. So welcome.
Well, thank you,
And you
Miss.
can also go back and watch it later in the future.
I have Lapsang Suchong. Thanks to you.
Yes. So, Strict David, look, it's a Ryobi bucket.
It's a Ryobi bucket. I'm sorry to be so goofy excited about a bucket, but it's just
Crafting.
yeah, crafting.
Tools of my profession.
There's all sorts of. How many different ways can you use a bucket? Well, you can step on the poor dog.
Oh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to use the Ryobi bucket to mix up chemicals and mix up goop in because I'll get it all dirty. But what I can use the bucket for, that would probably be really cool. We just talked about this at the con. There's no good trash can that's next to the cosplay repair station.
You gotta bring your own.
Yeah. If I bring bags and the bucket, not only do I have a thing I can put stuff in, I have a usable trash can that won't get thrown away or stepped on because it's a cardboard box. Yeah. So, thank you, Ryobi.
Schultz Division Next Level Buckethead. And
So this one's actually from somewhere different. This is E27 Space A shipping point instead of TTI. So I don't 100% know what's in this box.
so this could be anything.
This could be anything. I don't remember
be
ordering
a boat.
anything recently. There is something I was expecting, but I would expect it to be heavier and bigger than this.
It's Ryobi.
It is Ryobi still?
It's Ryobi.
Alrighty. Well then. Cool. It's precision screwdrivers. So this was in this box. Awesome.
I just bought one of these sets, but I ended up having to get metric because
Metric Phillips?
not Phillips, but the little. It had all the screwdrivers,
Oh, okay.
all the different and the Phillips and the things.
And the hex head and the
yeah,
and the
I needed a very specific one.
right.
So I ended up getting a whole set to get that one.
I've done that.
Because on my serger, well, my little brother's serger, not my serger, it has a screw to change the needle, and you can't change it without one of.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh, wow.
like.
My old Singer had a screw, but it also had the texture for the thumb wheel, so
Nope.
you could do it with your fingers too.
Nope, you cannot. You have to have one of those stupid things, and it's a very specific size, and it's only in the metric. It's not in.
Interesting.
Anyways, yeah, no, I was like, oh, I just got a whole giant set of those.
Yeah, this has 3 different sizes of Phillips, Phillips 1, 0, and double aught, and then 3 different sizes of the flathead.
Yeah, all the little ones.
Yeah, and I'm having the exact same problem. Thank you.
You're welcome. Short division, a very efficient way of packing small items.
Yeah, very.
They make a big impact. I definitely got excited.
It was a huge pile of stuff. So, oh, interesting. It doesn't.
Shady Dragon, Rony, Ryobi hint.
Rony.
You mispronounce it. We need
that's shady.
discount codes.
Ryobi, we need discount codes.
It's the Ryobi Fun Hour. Bernie Davis said that. And
Well, that's interesting. The overcasting, right? So you cast the hard plastic, and then you do a second round with casting the soft, or it's the other way around. Where you're casting the soft. Anyway, over molding. It's the same. It's kind of the same design as the hobby knife.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
they got their style down.
They got their style down.
Their branding's on point.
That is cool. Cosplay repair is going to be extremely. This is technically a yellow, right? I mean, it's green, but.
It works. You can put your sticker right here.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Get all your little.
Odin Makes branded. There you go.
Now it's Odin Makes. Now they know it's yours.
Yes.
Yeah, I know people would often get their kits and they'd get it all in like pink or different colors so that they had theirs
Right.
were all the same color.
Well, there's a lot of other Ryobi tools in the shop, and that's why I got those stickers made up for my tools.
Yeah, because for a while there was like the whole Milwaukee set that was somebody, but then there was
Right.
a second set.
Second set, right? I remember that at Smosh. That went, yeah,
I just used whoever's. I'm like, I
Pretty
need
much.
this tool.
pretty much.
I'm gonna go wander to the back and see if anybody notices. I'll be.
So all that showed up. All that, Ryobi, thank you. All that showed
Right,
up.
thank you.
One other thing showed up, which I'm actually not going to open because it's going to, like the saw is going to require assembly. But I'm excited to have gotten it, and this one I'm going to be making a video about. So Ryobi is really awesome because they just want their stuff to organically appear in the videos, right? They don't want. They asked us to do the one video that we did, but that's it. They don't want. They haven't asked for anything else yet.
But if they were willing to ask for
What do
things,
they wanted and apparently they're really happy with what we've been doing, so which is cool.
yeah.
But I got this other one that I am going to be making a video about, and it's something I've been wanting, and Ryobi doesn't make yet.
Mickey Rat says, I hope the next box has a Ryobi flamethrower because this is starting to remind me of Spaceballs a bit.
It's a Ryobi flamethrower. No, it's a laser gun. Almost literally. This is actually from Longer. If you do 2, you can see the drawing that's on the side of the box. It's an open architecture, but it's a 5-watt laser diode laser engraver. But through the use of multiple passes, it can actually cut up to 6mm plywood. So,
Dang,
yeah.
that's opening up some props and stuff.
This will cut foam like I want. And the fact that it's an engraver, we can also put engraved details onto the foam. And engraved details onto leather. We can make leather patches that are engraved and then
Got
cut
some
the patches
projects.
out and cut the stitching holes out of the patches. If you guys remember a while ago, I showed the patches that were from like Outland and Blade Runner and Buckaroo Banzai. Yeah, those were all laser cut, and then she went in and painted them with acrylics. Projects.
Oh, dang, all the projects I'm not doing. No. The list grows longer.
So, speaking of, Longer was the brand name of this. Is the Longer Ray 5, but it's a brand new product from them, and yeah, I get to make a video about this, and I get to cut stuff out. And I'm thinking about Wanda's new headdress from Multiverse of Madness because it's kind of lacy, for lack of a better term. It's not lace, so I apologize, but it has the same design aesthetic as the first one she had from her television show, but now instead of all being recessed panels, they're open. So, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yay, projects.
Yay, projects.
Shadow Fist X says, Odin's the coolest YouTuber ever. I cannot speak. I'm sorry, people.
We've been opening up mail, basically doing product sponsorship for half an hour, and I'm the coolest YouTuber ever. Dude, thank you.
Masterman Play says, imagine a Ryobi Proton Pack. Eventually it's going to be, that's what we're making.
Actually, we're probably going to be powering it with Ryobi batteries, so that's not... I did an Instagram post on that where Mecha Godzilla has been Ryobi powered.
Right.
Because they're not official products, but there's one.
Strict David said, cutting foam on the laser will make you cry with joy.
Yes, it will make me cry with joy. What's funny is there's still a lot of setup time, right? Oh, cutting with this will be so much faster. Well, it is when the actual cuts happen, and the cuts happen correctly.
But all the braining, powering, computering.
There's a lot of brain powering and computering beforehand to get that to happen. But if you need to cut more than one,
it's worth doing the initial upfront work.
Totally, yeah.
Work too. Yeah.
And like with the Wanda, which is all gentle curve lines and very,
organic
pretty
shape.
and organic shape. Yeah, again, worth doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Power.
So not an official Ryobi product, but
official knockoff.
Official knockoff with the right colors. This is a adapter. I've talked about this before on the stream, but it just fits over the Ryobi 1 battery, and now these two are spitting out. It's actually not even 18 volt. When I measured it before, it's coming out almost 20, because it's just coming raw out of the battery. But I've got one of these in Godzilla's head. Yeah, they had those. They had little taser ballpoint pens at the con.
Are those even legal?
I don't know, but
my little brother had one of those joke pens. He'd be like, "Here, my pen's stuck." Like thinking you have to push it really hard to get it to go out.
Okay.
And he would tell people that his pen was stuck, and they'd go for it to really push it in.
And it would zap him.
Oh, a big zap, because you always went,
Yeah.
I could get it, especially if he looked like he was struggling for a second.
Right.
And I feel like those things were terrible.
So it's for DIY robotics, upgrading your power wheels to use new, better batteries. So that's what these are sold for. And yeah, I've got enough of these. We put them in the Proton Packs.
Yep. So.
But talking about practical jokes, there was there's a time when I was working at a facility I was working at, and there was a guy that was painting in the other room, and we all knew that Pat was painting in the other room. So he came in to talk to us, and obviously he was cleaning up, and he sat here for 5 minutes doing something like this, because obviously he's cleaning the thing, and he goes to leave, and he but being committed to the joke, to sit here talking to us, doing this, making sure everyone notices he's swirling water in the bucket. Yeah.
Way to commit to the joke.
I'm getting enough stuff. I'm going to need to change my back wall to hang up all the Ryobi stuff.
Well, you really do need to get that organized. I know you've been gone for cons.
I've been gone for
back
like
to
a month.
back cons.
Yeah.
So this has been stripped empty and messed up. So yeah.
They actually sent me some of their wall mount organizational stuff too. So
now those need to get clipped up there. Yeah.
I think so. I think I need to move the
hierarchy.
I need a hierarchy. I just need to do it too.
I know.
Need to move the. I think I'll probably move the pegboard over there off camera, so I can still kind of use it, and put the
other stuff there.
Put the other stuff there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working. Yeah.
Working.
So, Schultz Division says, I use a
Corel Draw.
Corel Draw. There you go.
Yep.
I'm like, how do you put that L in there? When working with our laser cutters, quite easy and saves a lot of time. Jen working with the vector files.
Yes. Laser cutters can follow the vector files because it's all about, it's this point and then math to get to this next point, and that math tells it what the curve is between the 2 points. And that's a vector file. I've been using Inkscape because you don't have to pay for it. What's funny is I do pay for Adobe Illustrator, but I find Inkscape much easier to use. So even though some of the shortcuts are totally weird and different, I find...
think I'm the strongest on Illustrator.
Okay. I actually went to school for Illustrator.
I'm going to say,
You know,
I went to school and learned that one, but that was so many years ago that
for me,
everything's
it was 30
different.
years ago. Yeah.
Everything's different. Yes.
So, yeah, totally. And it can follow the paths. And then if you separate the paths or whichever, there's a way of importing them so the machine knows this is a cut line versus this is a engraving line. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about actually having one of those here that I could do stuff with. Like it might be fun to see if we can't cut out the ladders that we haven't cut out yet using that. But I might have to use a different material because I don't think laser cutters like to cut PVC. There's certain materials that cut that when it the smokes and outgas that it makes will actually interfere with the optics. And I don't want to ruin my new laser cutter right off the bat. Engraver, sorry.
That's awesome. Ruben Rodriguez wants to know, giveaway coming soon? LOL.
Hey, Ryobi, want to do another giveaway?
People are interested.
Dude, I'm excited about these.
Ninja says, to demonstrate to the noobs, what would be a complex cut that would be something you would do with ease with the gun?
With the gun. With the laser engraving machine?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. This came up at the con. A complex shape of something that I'd want to cut or engrave or do with that machine versus by hand would be the limit configuration from Hellraiser. This is the puzzle box from Hellraiser, which is tons of ornate shapes on the outside, both organic and radial straight lines. It's all cut to a different depth, or you can even go so far as to etch out the wood and then cut a bunch of, it can't cut brass, but you cut metal at inlay, which I won't be doing. That was one of the first things that came to mind. It's like, oh, I can maybe finally, after 4 years of trying with a Cree-cut and trying with, oh, I can do it by hand. Oh, no, I can't. This looks like it's been, we had the puzzle box at home. I can finally probably do that. So
good question.
Yeah, good question. That's something. Other than that, it's getting stuff really perfect. Like you're trying to, like, say, the oxygen destroyer or something else where you
Things
need
that
to have...
are symmetrical.
Right.
I would honestly take the time. If there's two-sided and they're symmetrical, it's worth it.
It's worth it.
I say this now, never using it.
No, but you get the idea.
Yeah.
You're building something that's got, the oxygen destroyer does it. The Tesseract container did it, where it has these rings and a bar that connects them. This will cut out the rings and cut the holes where the bars go all exactly in the same spot, so you don't end up with a box with one bar that's crooked. It just eliminates that aspect of the building where you're going to get stuff pretty much exactly where you want it, or at least that's the dream. That's the ideal.
Right.
We'll put it together and see if I actually get what I want. But honestly, if all it does is etch and we can do leather patches and stuff, that's still fantastic.
That's still amazing.
Yeah.
No, that is fun. Waynard has a question for Felicia. That's me.
Oh, okay. What's up, Adam?
What would be a good starter sewing machine for a beginner? Honestly, I don't know what it's called, but
yours?
Yeah, no, I bought this one twice now because it's a great beginner sewing machine. I like the computerized ones. I do not like fine tuning or dialing in different size links and zigzags because I'm not a fine tuner. I like pushing the buttons and knowing I'm getting what I'm getting. But this one I highly recommend. I've thrown it around, used it, abused it.
It just rode in the back of the truck and went to the con, and I sewed Mechagodzilla with this machine.
Yeah, so I highly recommend this one because it's computerized. You could do everything with the push of a button. You don't even need to use this part to sew. You can sew by just pushing these buttons. Go, stop, thing, and control the speed. Mm-hmm. Like, I've sewn so many times without even using the foot pedal. Like,
right.
It's really easy, intuitive, and it doesn't screw up a lot. Because a lot of times when sewing, I waste a lot of time just getting the machine.
Right, making the machine behave. This is why I like and don't like 3D printing. I feel like I spend more time making the machine do what I want it to do than it printing.
Yeah, so this one, it doesn't yell at me, meaning beep, 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 beep. What is that beeping for? Stop
Right.
the beeping. This one doesn't beep at me unless the foot's up,
Yeah, there's reasons.
Yeah, so I like the Brother brand. I like this one particularly because it has this stitch right here, number 16, the abstract stitch, because
Right.
it doesn't show a straight line. It's a really good stitch, and
The abstract stitch, as Felicia explained to me in the past, is really good at hiding in a lace. You do
Yeah.
a straight stitch through a lace, and you can see it.
yep, you do a obscure path on a lace that's not necessarily a zigzag. You don't notice it.
Yeah.
It just disappears. So if you wanted a beginning sewing machine, I like this one. I kind of modified it slightly by adding.
Yeah, there's some styrofoam got stuck in the top.
Yeah, this thing is Thread Heaven. I think it was what it's called because it's like it's a thread conditioner that when you hand sew.
Oh, that one's not something to do that.
Yeah. It conditions your thread so it makes it stronger and it slips through fabrics easier.
Right, so it's a funky little gel that's, yeah.
That conditions my thread, and I put this on here because it made sewing through foam and vinyl and other weird things so much smoother. It's like lubricating the thread. He is so mad that he's not on attention right now.
And there's one other thing we did.
And we also added some silicone tape?
No, Teflon.
Teflon tape, sorry. Teflon tape to the bottom also to help feed foam and other weird materials.
The pleather and stuff, I think. 'Cause
The
we do this for
vinyls, yeah.
the Witcher.
Yeah. It helps the sticky fabrics go smoothly underneath the presser foot. So
this little tub of conditioner you can get at.
I ordered it off of Amazon. It came
okay.
in a 2-pack because it had the little tub for the hand sewing, but it had this little. It looks bigger in the picture. It's just a teeny tiny piece that came with it.
But
it sticks to your sewing machine,
Yeah,
and
you thread it and it just goes right through it.
yeah, so
Yeah.
it's conditioning the thread as it naturally sews, anyways.
So the Teflon tape I also got off Amazon, and while I love having it out on the machine, it was a $30 roll of tape that I had bought for Mechagodzilla's neck.
And I only needed a couple inches.
A little tiny bit of it. So that one's a little tougher to go, oh yeah, go buy this $30 tape.
Well, you can buy a
But-
Teflon foot.
Okay.
Teflon feet exists, and you can also get walking feet. So if you're like a walking foot, yeah, it kind of does this while you're sewing, so you can fit thicker fabrics and
Oh, okay.
other crazy materials, and it's like having feed dogs on top. Feed
Oh, nice.
dogs. What are feed dogs? It's these little things at the bottom of your fabric of the sewing machine that pushes your fabric through.
Yeah, it's a little, it looks like a knurled piece of metal
Little
that's,
teeth
yeah, little
that
teeth.
push everything
They-
one direction.
yeah.
So having a walking foot
Actually,
is
you can
having
see the feed dogs.
camera 4.
Yeah. 2 actually, sorry.
2. So these are the feed dogs. So a walking foot has the feed dogs on the top too, so then you're walking it from the top and the bottom. So if you really are having issues needing thicker fabrics, crazy foams, a walking foot, a Teflon foot, we use Teflon tape because that's something you particularly had and was solving our issue at the moment. But those are the minor modifications that I've done to this basic sewing machine just to make it easier for my use and abuse.
We've been abusing it.
We've put foam, leather,
Pleather.
vinyl,
Did
paper. I've done a lot of paper in it.
Right. The Fallout costume we did last year and the Among Us suits were all sewn on this. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're having issues, replace your needle first.
Right.
That's the first thing you do.
I've-
Rethread it, replace your needle.
I paid attention to that because I used to just fight with the needles. Like, no, the needle's fine.
No.
No, it's not.
The reason you're stressing out is because you need to replace your needle. Is it skipping stitches? Replace your needle. Is it getting all rethread it, replace your needle. Sorry.
She's right.
All my issues that I've had to deal with this stupid machine has just been rethreading it and replacing my needles.
So you listed off a lot of modifications. The only two that are actually on here is your conditioner tub and the Teflon tape. Right?
Yeah,
that's
two
the only two that's
options.
actually on this machine.
Yeah, two options to replace the Teflon tape that are cheaper than buying a whole roll of Teflon tape for just that little. It's just buying the foot that's Teflon or a walking foot.
Yeah.
Both. You can even buy this machine with a walking foot that comes with it.
Oh, cool.
This was the model that I had a price point. It hit my price point. I got this one. Anyways.
So there you go, Waiter.
Yeah, I hope that helps. This is a very good, easy, beginner, abusive, but it sews like a professional sewing machine.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're getting a janky, okay, I'm going to get something better in the future.
Actually, he remembers me sewing all the Star Trek uniforms on my old Kenmore way back in the day and fighting with it. Yeah, I don't fight with this one. So and it comes with that hard. Well, at least this one came with that hard slipcase cover. It literally. I didn't toss it, but I put it behind my seat in the truck. I didn't set it back there delicately, and it still fixed Mechagodzilla.
I had one of these sewing machines that got me through college, about 8 years of fashion school, that I would just throw it in the back of my car. No case, not even worrying about it. Like, I abused the heck out of this thing. The only reason I got rid of it was because I got my nice sewing machine, which was my expensive, embroidery machine, so I could plug it in and do all the embroidery stuff, and it worked as a base. I had a good machine. I broke that one. Dropped it on the floor at Smosh. Anyways.
Oh, right. You went through a lot of sewing machines at Smosh.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm making up stories.
No, I did break my sewing machine at Smosh because that one's not as portable as this one because it was weighted because it's an embroidery. Anyways, it just... So then when I had a couple of, I'm going to use this machine because it's a Viking or whatever. Anyways, I got a bunch of...
you got a Husqvarna or a Viking or something?
My mom gave me an old Viking.
Oh, okay.
But that one had some kind of issues, and she gave me a bunch of used machines, and they didn't end up working.
I think I still have my Kenmore that's currently seized.
Yeah, her Kenmore I love. I would have taken that one from her from a heartbeat. But anyways, then a global thing hit, and all of a sudden sewing machines prices spiked up, and I couldn't find them anywhere. I even tried buying the gray sewing machine, that Singer one that they market to men. For sewing machine, because if you have a cool gray sewing machine, it's not too, manly and tough to sew with.
Yeah, it actually had hard angles in the case. It was very square.
Yeah.
And it was this dark gray color. You wanted to call it the Death Star.
Yeah. It was very, very looked heavy duty, and I broke that sewing machine.
Yes, you did.
There was
no,
I broke it. It was non-repairable broken.
less than a year, right? It did not take long.
It did not It was so utterly disappointing. So disappointing that it just is I took a break. I'm like, all right, I'm not buying that one again. I need a sewing machine.
So now we're 2 years on the Brother machine, it going back and forth from your house to the shop to SAC Animes and back to your...
There's some splatter on it.
Yeah, I was seeing that. We've done...
that splatter's pretty on there. I think that's from leather work or
It's
something.
probably from some of the different times that the bottles of liquid shoe polish have been knocked over.
Yeah. Whatever. This thing, use and abuse, it's pretty lightweight, but it is a very solid beginner sewing machine that I highly recommend. And although the only thing I want to upgrade for this is but it takes it into the $1,000 price point, is a knee knocker.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's the only thing that I want that this thing doesn't have. But to get to the next price point, out of the computerized one to the knee knocker one, I just haven't justified that.
Ready your screen grabs. Go ahead, camera 2.
Camera 2. Cut.
Because this is the Brother. I don't have my glasses on, so now I can't read.
CS60001.
So there may be a newer model available.
No, this is the one that you get off of Amazon, specifically this model. They still offer it. It's a good one.
All right.
It's the same one that I bought X many years ago that I will not admit when I started college.
It's all good. I just wanted to actually show which model number it was, because I know it can be difficult trying to find something that you only know the manufacturer, and they all look the same.
Yes, it's a computerized Brother on Amazon.
Right.
I hold out for computerized.
And I understand why. I didn't. I like the fact that my Kenmore was mechanical until you explained exactly why you like the computerized one.
Push the button, I get what I expect.
When the machine's acting up, you turn it off and turn it on again, and it resets to 0.
Yeah, it goes back to the first one, straight stitch.
Yep.
Default mode.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
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 I genuinely appreciate the computerized components. I hate dialing it in. I hate trying to figure that out. I need this stitch to look like this. Beep, beep. There we go. I don't know. It's...
No, I have used the mechanical one. I was doing the sun rays embroidery in the back of Eddie's jacket for Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I had set the width of the stitch to the maximum. And while I was sewing the rays, I was dialing it down to make it smaller and smaller, so I got the sun rays as an embroidery. Because it was mechanical, but
You can do that.
that's the only case point.
You can still do that.
Okay.
You do 3 stitches, push down. 3 stitches. Push
That's
down.
true.
You know, it'll
Right.
be like
Yeah.
incremented, but it's...
Yeah, it'll be bitmap or it'll be, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like 1.2 point. It's what you're moving the thing slightly, so
Yep.
I wouldn't keep that from stopping me on that point.
That's cool. No,
So-
I wouldn't. That was just the one use case that I came across that I've actually done with a mechanical one that's like,
Yeah.
but I like mechanical. It's like, okay, no, I like computerized.
No, like honestly, this is a really good, easy beginning sewing machine. They pay me no money.
No.
I get nothing from this. I
Brother doesn't watch the stream. They have no idea we're talking about this. This is a genuine love for a machine.
yeah, this is the one that I've used and abused, and I didn't want to buy again because remember, I was like, after that gray one went down, I'm like,
Yeah.
I want this machine, but I don't want to spend $600 on it.
Right, because that was 3 times the price, or more than
Yeah,
3 times the price.
because it was only like $200 when I had bought it 10 years ago.
Right, the first
And-
time.
Yeah, the first time. The first time.
And then this one you got for less than 200.
Yes.
Yeah.
I waited till it dropped under my 200 price point because I was not going to spend $600 on this stupid machine.
Good
I
for
love
you.
it, but
Good for you.
but if I'm doing that, I'm getting my knee knocker. I'm jumping that price point to the next one.
Right.
To get the knee knocker, which is when you see the little dot right there on a sewing machine, then all of a sudden it's like $1,000 more.
Because that's where the knee knocker goes.
Yeah.
If you really, really, really want to know what a knee knocker is, go watch some of Adam Savage's videos. He made his first apron, and he talked at length about what a knee knocker was, and actually showed it.
It lifts up the presser foot with your knee instead of using your hands so that you can have your hands free, and it makes maneuverability within the sewing machine significantly easier and improved. And it's just one of those little things, like I come home from work and I don't have knee knockers, so I'm just sewing like this, like a crazy person. Why isn't
Felicia's
it-
twitching again.
Well, I also sit on the floor at home. Like,
Right.
I don't have to sit at the floor at home, but I often sit on the floor at home. So it's even more crazy looking. Anyways, so that was one question.
That was one question.
What do you recommend for beginning sewing machine?
You're welcome, Adam.
Yeah.
If you need some Teflon tape, I think I still got some here.
No, I stole it, but I can bring it back because
Oh, I thought you stole it. Okay, I wasn't sure. That's fine.
You sent me with the whole thing. I only needed a little piece.
Yeah,
But
That's fine. It'll show up. With how often I need it,
yeah, but I can bring it back.
that's fine. Eventually.
Masterman Plays wants to know what brand of contact cement do you use? I need some for a cosplay.
Sure, the brand of, let's just go down, no, that's fine. That's what this is all about.
Yeah, these are the questions.
Let me go get the
Wiring
package.
my
I'm
wants
a
to know.
visual guy, so I like to see the package.
So I'm buying the right one.
Right.
Well, there is definitely a better contact cement
Oh.
than others, but there's also the cheap price point, and it does the
By
job.
far. So the one that I use is the Weldwood contact cement. So this is DAP brand.
2?
Yep. Perfect. There it goes. So yeah, Weldwood. DAP is the chemical company. It's over here. This is not up here. This is the contact cement I use because I can buy this gallon of contact cement for $35 from Ace Hardware versus Barge contact cement, which absolutely will never fight anyone on this, is a better contact cement. Go ahead and switch this back. But Barge is $35 for a quart. So for those of you who use a real measuring system and not our nuts, newts, wizardly system that we have here in America.
Nuts to it.
Yeah, it's like, just make sure you just keep 1 cow distance apart. A quart is a little more than a liter. And then a gallon is a little less than, right? Is a quart more than a liter or less than a meter? So, yeah, this is 3.78 liters. So, I guess a quart's a little less than a liter. But anyway, that's the way it works out, right? So it's going to be about 4 times the cost of what I'm getting here.
But do you what are you using it for, and do you really need that for?
Yeah, I don't. Now,
Yeah.
there's times I end up using 2 coats of this to make a
which is
strong
great.
bond, which, okay, if I use Barge, I could use 1 coat. But still, it's 4 times the cost, not twice the cost. So it's still cheaper to use 2 coats. But
we're gonna
barge,
try the latex stuff soon.
yeah. Well, the latex stuff is a sealer. Oh no, there's that. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I'm bringing up past stuff. Off topic.
I'm thinking of Creature Cast, which is an alternative sealer. I met up with Bruce at Oklahoma, and I got to talk to him again. He's going to be sending some latex cement. So this is contact cement. This is solvent based. He's going to give us some latex cement, which is latex based. Theoretically, I guess it's water based. And that's what he was using when he was working at a boot manufacturing facility. Yeah. And he uses it to cement leather to his foam, so when it's on your skin, you're rubbing against leather instead of against foam.
Shoes and socks, people.
Sounds so much more comfortable.
Right?
Now this comes in a regular paint can. Barge comes in a can that you can actually unscrew and pour. This is just a regular paint can. At a lot of hardware stores, not the big box ones anymore, but you can get this weird, it looks like a hat bill, but this fits around the edge, and I put it around the inside edge of the can, and it makes a spout, so I can pour it into my glue pot without having to.
It's like you've done this before
a few times. And you know what's funny? I was listening to Evil Ted talk about, I get the big gallons, which is great, but I get really annoyed having to scoop it all out and fill it out. So I fill it up as often as I can, but just this motion is like, you don't get those things from paint? And his eyes went, what? He never thought about using them that way. He's seen them
Just
before.
pouring
He
it.
even knew what it was, but they're like $1. They used to be 50 cents. But, yeah.
But your brain gets thought, you get into your patterns.
You get into your patterns, yeah.
And you don't think of things as like, oh, look, I need this for my hat.
Right.
I'm going to make a duck costume. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've actually got 2 of these because of how often it falls between boxes and I can't find it. So I've actually got 2. And anymore, that's where it lives. So when I need to refill my glue pot, I know where it is. Now the sad thing is buying it in this quantity in California is now very difficult. So when I'm out of contact cement, I get to drive to Reno and say hi to Zero Obstacles and buy chemicals in a state that lets me buy chemicals. The glue pot you get on Amazon, this is the Atco glue pot. The top is Teflon, and yeah, this was an Evil Ted thing, and I definitely like this.
That's funny. Mickey Rat says at Master Plans, plays barge cement is great for that. Also look up Evil Ted for more advice on that.
Yep.
So where do you get your information from?
Oh, Evil Ted, definitely. The barge cement is what shoe repair people use. It was a long time ago. I worked at Sears, and there was a cobbler, for lack of a better term, a guy that fixed boots and made shoes upstairs. And that's literally the cement he had. I recognized the label even at that time.
Yeah, you use that for leather work.
Yeah.
That's how you hem a skirt in leather.
Right. And that's how he would put new work soles back onto work boots, is with barge, because it was that strong and that flexible. So if that's what you need, get barge. But most foam, use weldwood. You don't need. I don't
Two
think
coats.
you need the heavier stuff.
Right. Bernie Davis wants to know, what do you use for airlock seal? Contact cement.
For an airlock seal, what? Oh, on this thing, right?
Yeah, because when you order this, it just comes with this plastic thing and this plastic thing, and they don't actually.
Right. Well, it's all metal. It's a zinc pot and a zinc top.
It's metal, not plastic.
It's got Teflon on it, so the glue comes off. But again, thank you, Ted. When you're ready to put this away for a little while, you just paint contact cement around the edge.
And you glue it shut.
And
then when you're ready to use it again, you get to pick off all the boogers.
Yep. It just, which is also kind of satisfying.
My favorite part of the job.
Picking boogers.
You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, you cannot pick your friend's nose. Yes.
But really, that's all you have to do. And even this volcano design helps with the fumes a lot. It's amazing how much it cut it down, because I used to just have my quart can of contact cement. I'd pop the top off of it and start working with it. And yeah, I poisoned myself. But this makes a huge difference. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So. Oh, we're getting to
How we
2
doing it?
o'clock. It's almost
We
time
are.
to go. We got through step 12 today, so we might actually get on to step 13 next
Right.
week.
We actually got the building done before we went down the rabbit hole of stuff. We got done playing with Mail Call by
I'm excited though. We got
Oh, yeah.
toys. So.
We got toys. Thank you very much, Ryobi, for toys. Thank you very much for surprising us with toys.
Right? I'm excited about this. It might not
Take
have
the
that
one that's
cool...
not open yet.
No, I'll take the open one because I already ripped it open. I'm going to use it.
Oh, well, if you take the ones, then you won't lose any parts in the car. Because I'm going to open it up too. So take the one that's not open, so it's safer to travel.
Okay, there you go. Look at you using your brain.
That means you have to open another one, but you know.
There you go. Put it on. My stuffs. But yeah, that's exciting.
Nice. Yeah.
I like good tools that work.
Yes, I like good tools that work. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah.
You know how many times I've suffered by not having the right tool for the job?
Yeah. And it's
Get
not
my
like
nail
I
clippers
need,
at...
it's not like I need super expensive, fancy, fantastic tools. I just want the tool that I have to work the way I expect it to work. That's all I really want. That's all I'm looking for.
Yeah, I know, but I get so into weird specific things, you know?
Specific things.
Like, I need to do this job, and I need my power to...
Right,
Yeah.
I'll get that too. Where you get hyper-focused on this idea of, no, I need a thing to do this. Like, you could just cut that with safety scissors. No, I need a thing! So, yeah, I've done that to myself plenty of times too. And I'm wasting time trying to get something done the way that I think I want to do it. Yeah, happens. I hope you've enjoyed this last hour of rant.
Yeah,
Hope it
got
was
my
somewhat
opinions
fun.
on sewing machines.
Yes, well, one guy did.
I have those.
Yes, you've got experience and developed for it.
Yeah, I honestly really like the brand Brother in general.
Yeah.
As you go up in the price point from that machine, because that's the basic one that I like, they just get better.
Growing up, we had a Brother typewriter, and I've currently got a Brother label maker. So yeah, I'm familiar with the brand.
Yep.
Can't quite see what this is. Was that
A little nose and a little bit, just a little smell, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. Right, it is just a little smell coming from the, but it cuts way down on it. You still want to use a respirator mask working with contact cements, especially, well, at all times, realistically, but especially inside.
Yeah.
I'm not the best example because I didn't make that habit. So don't be afraid to wear a vapor mask. The dust mask isn't enough for the vapors.
Yeah. Especially if you get really serious into it.
Yeah.
But it's 2:01 now.
It is 2:01.
I gotta go.
Okay.
So we gotta go.
We gotta go. Thank you all very much for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you enjoyed all the product placement. And we got lights glued in, and we got red gels glued
I'm
on.
actually really excited that they look as good as they do, because I know it's such a simple
Right.
thing, but they have
Well, it's-
depth and dimension.
They're starting to look like a Proton Pack. I mean, they kind of did anyway. There's not a huge difference, but for me,
We're
this was a
number one.
detail. Yeah. The washer was a detail I had always noticed on the pack because me, and the red lights. It's great. Now, what's going to be fun is we're going to have to cut out some painter's tape and stick it over the.
Red spots now.
So when we spray it down, we don't cover that up. Yeah, but details. But you see how it's not you talked about painting stuff black. It doesn't need it. It's not perfectly red like everything else, but.
No, it's definitely not as visible.
Yeah.
So yay!
I suppose we could have painted it red. But.
No, it's just bringing more attention to something. Just don't bring attention to
Sure.
it.
And if we don't do it red, and it's the neutral colors that it is, if we ever want to have, a fabulous effect on the Proton Pack, we can do that.
Yes.
But we'll be back here again next week. So if you're one of the members of Odin Makes Patreon and have Discord access, or actually all members of Patreon, get early access to the live streams. And we'll be starting up the stream at 11:15 our time next Monday. And then we'll go to a public stream at noon. And of course, for all of you lovely people who are watching a playback and watch the entire thing, well, one, thank you very much.
Yes.
But the entire stream will be available to everyone. So the exclusive is just the real benefit to get in there live and have easily get your comments seen, because I know that they get flooded.
Yeah. If I'm not paying attention, they just get over. And
They
I'm
just-
sorry, and I appreciate all the
Right.
interaction. I genuinely do.
Definitely. We're not picking on anyone by not reading stuff. There's just, we get going on our own stories and forget to look. So, definitely. Thank you all very much for watching. My name is Odin.
And I'm Felicia.
This here is
Bruno's butt.
Bruno's Butt.
And Toby's down there.
It's a good possibility you'll see all 4 of us again right here, right again next week, and hope to see you. I know there's going to be lots of different ways you can awkwardly end a stream.
You have to go click all the buttons.
Right. Well, I got Toby in a
Bruno.
Bruno in a headlock. Here's the end stream button, and there's the affirmative end stream.
Okay, you guys ready?